All right.
Because I forgot yesterday. I got one person said they were not going to be here tonight. They would have to watch it in the morning, so I got to make sure to record the entire thing. Okay. All right. So how's everybody doing?
All right.
I got my webcam. I got my webcam in front of the PLC, not in front of my face. So let me see as far as participants. Okay, good. Dylan, did you get your software downloaded?
Yep, I got it all downloaded.
Good, great. Okay, that sounds good. Let me make a little check mark there. I'm keeping track of who's got it completed and not. So let's see. I know Jamie does, Eric does, Kenneth and Mason. You got both of yours installed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good, great. Let's see, Mason Cottle. So we're getting closer to having everybody done. There's still a few people. As we go on with it, other people should be joining. I hope so, and I'll be checking with them as we go along. Jamie got all his done. I do know that. And so Roger. The only people that they're not into session right now. So anyhow, we're going to roll on and that they can catch up. Yep. So how's everybody's day been?
Good.
Right. Eric, I see they got you set up like Ronnie was saying. Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than somebody tried to unplug his drop cord.
Yeah, Jamie.
Yep. Well, at least you got good internet. You do have good internet where you're at, so that's the main thing. Even though it's kind of different situation there, but you're a trooper. You're a trooper. You're gonna do good. Okay. Yeah. Clean my glasses here. I got some smudge on them. All right, so we're ready to start now. So did everybody in the group, were you able to get the AND logic with those three switches, or were you the limit switches? Were you able to get those in the emulator and get them running in the emulator?
Yes, sir.
Hold on.
Yes, sir.
My email keeps dinging. Let me check real quick and see. Okay, Dylan Ivy said he'd be a little bit late. And let's see who else.
Who's that parked out behind our shop?
I don't know who that is, Jamie.
Don't be messing with my bushes.
You need to trim them.
Okay, there's no other. Okay, I don't have any other messages right now waiting on me. That's good. So, okay, so So Eric, I know you got yours working. Jamie, you got yours. How about Connor? Did you get your emulator running, or have you got everything downloaded, Connor?
I'm downloading the Studio 5000 right now. It's quite slow. I think it's been stuck on like 58% for the past like 20 or 30 minutes.
Stuck on 58%?
Yes, sir.
Is it asking you any? Can you do a screen share? Let me enable screen share and let me see what you got.
Eric, is your Wi-Fi okay there?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay. Yeah. Connor, you can do, or Cameron, you can do a screen share and let me see what's going on.
Oh, no, it's 59.9.
Okay.
It's just taking really slow. And it's made my computer really slow. So
Yeah.
it took me a few minutes to get into here.
Uh-huh. Does your laptop have an Ethernet port on it?
No, it does not. I already looked. I'd already thought of that.
So what you can do, you could invest in a small adapter that'll go USB to Ethernet
Yeah.
for future. And then your router in your house, I know it'll have an Ethernet port on it, doesn't it?
It does.
Right. Yeah, yours is moving along at the bottom. I see it moving, so you're not stuck.
I'm not stuck, but it's just very slow. Yeah.
Yeah. And would you doing that plus Zoom at the same time, it's just going to slow everything down. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
but at least it's running. So that's the good news. Yeah. So that's fine. You can cut your screen share off. It's
Right.
moving. You're good to go. I know a couple of people have had trouble to where theirs kind of froze up, and we had to actually go back and do another. Had to actually trigger the setup file again because it just got stuck. That happened with two people, and what happened it happened when their Windows update was trying to update in the background in the middle of them running a download. I think that's what was going on.
Yeah, that's what it was on mine.
Uh-huh. So if everybody will keep in mind to set your Windows update configuration so that it's not going to be automatic. It'll tell you that you need to update, and then you kind of choose when you want to do it. You know, that's the best thing. That way it does it. There's no way it can butt in and cause problems on anything that you're doing. That's the safest thing. So anyway, let's see who else has just joined in. Jameson's joined in. Victor. Okay, I'm gonna do a roll check here. So today is the 21st, 5/21. Got Victor, Mason, Cameron. So is Cameron in there too, Connor?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And we've got Jamie, Eric, Kenneth. Who else? We've got Justin Sokolowski and Dylan Shook and Jameson Smith and Kenneth McElveen and Mason Cottle, Victor. Okay. Okay. All right. Great. So out of this group, is there anybody that hasn't been able to get your emulator running on the AND logic?
I haven't got into the emulator yet. I've been busy.
Yeah, I haven't tried it yet, but I do have everything downloaded. But yeah, I haven't seen anything about that.
Okay. So I'm gonna do a screen share. Well, let me ask you this: does anybody have a problem that they need help with as far as a download or install? Is it anybody need any help as far as any of that going on, or is it moving along okay? Roger, is yours moving along okay?
I just haven't had a chance to access it yet. I've been at work all day.
Right. Do you have it downloaded?
Yes, I clicked on it and it's saying something about changes to device. I'm hitting yes. And
Okay, so you're moving along. That's fine. I'm just didn't know if we needed to try to help anybody get over a snag, you know. If you get any trouble, let me know. Just as soon as something pops up, and I'll try to help you. Get past it. Work it out. Okay. So I'm gonna cut screen share on, and Go back out.
Hey, I got that open. I suppose I need to have Studio 5000 open too.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I need to go back and watch the end of the last one because I don't exactly remember everything step by step.
Yep. If you'll go in Moodle and go down to section 1, I've actually got the recording link in there, and it'll take you to YouTube.
Well, I mean, I was present, so, but
Yeah.
I still wouldn't hurt to go back and look over it.
Yeah. If you completely miss a class, you need to go. You need to actually click the link from Moodle, so it'll give you credit for watching. If you were in the class and you just want to try to go straight to YouTube, then you're going to have to search through a bunch of different videos that are in there. It's going to take you longer to find it, probably.
You could always make a playlist.
Yeah, I hadn't got into that yet. They're just in there in my name. I don't have it like super organized, but it is in my name. If you type my name up, you can search through, and there'll be a handful of videos in there. So anyway, everybody anybody have any questions about that logic circuit right there? Who can tell me how it works? What does it take to make the master control relay come on?
You need all 3 switches to make contact.
That's right. All 3 switches to make contact. And it could be safety gates, or it could be anything, whatever in a process. It doesn't have to be that, but it can be anything else to where you got to have 3 conditions on at the same time that have that master control on to let a machine cycle, for instance. Okay, so now what we're going to do is in this emulator program, we're going to start adding some more lines to it. And so within one program, you're going to end up having all 7 logic functions in one program. And so let me pull down. Let's get my emulator up.
So should I be fine with following today's lessons from right now and then going back and doing the rest of them?
Say that again.
Should I be fine following along with today's lessons and then going back and looking at the other one at the end of class or something?
That's what I would do. Don't miss anything today. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You're not going to get lost on any of that anyway, Roger. As much as you know already, you'll. Yeah. Let's see.
So was it just fitting that into the actual emulator? Is that all it was?
Yeah, we were going over how to actually program it, how to set up the RS links, the driver in there, the driver that would let you download from Studio 5000 into the emulator. You got to go through links to do it. We set that up. I don't know if you saw that or not, but we're going to do it again.
I did, but I was half asleep.
You say you did see it?
Yeah, but I'm going to have to go back and see it again.
We'll do it again. Each time we do it, I can go in there and delete the driver and just redo it again. And that way it's good practice for all of us. Okay, so the driver, while we're on that subject, that's your link between your laptop there and the emulator. Is that do y'all see my screen?
Yes, sir.
You can see the RS links I'm pointing at. You see where I'm at, where RS links classic there. Okay, so again, this is like Verizon or US Cellular is kind of between Studio 5000 and the emulator. That's your carrier. And so we go in there, and I'm going to delete the driver that hold on. You go under the third icon that says configure drivers. And by the way, a driver, what it is it's some software that's going to be particular to a particular type of a cable that you use or a path that you use to communicate through. So if you're using Ethernet, it's a specific driver that you use that sets a protocol up between the laptop and the PLC or the emulator. So, and if you have a serial cable, it's a specific driver for that cable. If it's virtual like this, it's a specific virtual backplane driver that gives the protocol between Studio 5000 and the emulator processor. So I'm gonna click here on the one that's already running, and I'm just going to hit stop. Can't be stopped. Shut that off. I'm going to cut the emulator off and then get rid of it's in use.
800-733-8147. That's 800-733.
All right, close that out. Close this out. It may have something to do with the fact that I've got that pulled up. Let me just close that file. I haven't, this is something new. I haven't tried deleting a driver when all that was up. So let's just see what it's going to take to be able to delete it so I can set it back up for those of you that don't remember. Let's see, go back to configure drivers. It's your third icon up there. And let's see if it'll let us stop it. It did. So when Studio 5000 was open and I had that project on, I was in there, even though I didn't, I hadn't gone online with the processor yet. It still would not let me delete the driver. So I stopped it and now hit delete. So now it got rid of it out of the current drivers that are running. And so for those of you that hadn't seen, that don't remember, maybe want to see it again, you go under available driver types. And if it was going to be Ethernet, it would be this one or possibly this one. If it's going to be a touch screen that you're programming like a Panel View Plus, you would use that driver. If you're going to a PLC, it will be Ethernet IP driver. And if it was a serial, if it was an older PLC like a MicroLogix or a Slick 500 that uses the 500 software, then you would use the RS-232 driver for older PLCs that are serial cables, not Ethernet. So we're going to use the virtual backplane driver, and it says soft logic and all that. Those are some other controllers that we're not dealing with now that pertain to a virtual backplane driver. But the virtual backplane is what you choose, and then you add new. That's the default name for the driver. And I never changed what that default name is, even though you could. I don't see any point in changing it. So I hit OK. And slot 0 is what you've got to make sure that slot matches the slot of the communication module that's in the emulator. So let's hit cancel right here at this point. Let's bring this down. Hold on. Close. Let's bring the emulator back up so you can see what slot it was in. Now you see in slot 0 over here, can y'all see that?
Mm-hmm.
It says RS links. So this is kind of like a PLC chassis that's got different modules in there. In the first one, which is slot 0, that's your RS links module that's in that virtual chassis. So when we go into here to configure drivers, and I choose the virtual backplane driver, add new, hit OK. You want to make sure that slot number is the same as where the RS links module is in that virtual chassis. Because if it happens to be off, then you're gonna get an error to pop up. So you hit OK, and it says that the VBP, which is virtual backplane, is running. That driver is actually running, so you can just X that out. And now to verify that it does see the virtual chassis, then you want to expand it with the plus symbol here and give it a second and see, does it see I'm getting the X over here. Let's see what that X is. failed to do it in run mode. All right, let's see. Let's shut it off and cut it back on and see what. I've never seen that happen before in my time working with this. Let's just see if we can. It's already being used at this time, so let's go. Let's go back here. I'm searching on the bottom of my screen to see is it still running in another occurrence here? It does appear to be. Let's try it again. Unavailable at this time. It's being used. So let's go into taskbar and see does it think it's down there running. So if I go to taskbar, right click and hit task manager. Background processes. Where it says emulate, do y'all see my screen there?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Where I'm in the task manager. I clicked it and it says power usage very low. I'm going to hit end task. I'm just going to force it off because I couldn't tell that it was on, on my desktop. All right, so it shut it off. Okay, it should be off. Okay. So if you've ever got something kind of unusual going on and it tells you something's running, then you just go down to a blank area on the bottom taskbar, right click and hit task manager. And then and go under processes, and it's going to show you what's actually running in the background on your computer. And if you click on one, you have an option to actually force that process off. All right, which that was unusual. But this is a learning curve for me too, guys. I've been working with the emulator, but again, you never know when something new kind of strange may pop up. And if it does, then we'll figure it out together. How about that? That sound like a deal?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We'll figure it out together. I'm gonna quote Alan Strickland. Connor and Cameron, y'all know Alan. I know Shorty.
We know Alan.
Okay, I'm going to quote. Here's the famous quote from him. He said, "I'm in unfamiliar territory, but I guarantee you one thing: we'll get through it." That's what he say. So anyway, I had to steal that. I like Alan. He's a real straight up guy.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So the emulator's up, and your links driver is in, or your links module is in slot 0. So therefore, now let's pull Studio back up. Over to here and get the video at the bottom. And go, let's see, over, if I can move this. Do some resizing here. Go that way. And that way. Now let's come down. And I actually need to get links back up on the screen. So let me move my video bar here. Let's get links back up. Now, do y'all see links again?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So all of a sudden, the driver itself it has a connection between, do y'all see the little computer there? at node
Mhm.
0, and then the emulator at node 2 in slot 2.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So that you always want to double check that in links before you leave links, and because if you got issues and it doesn't see it, there's no point in going any further. And that's whether you're dealing with a virtual machine like this or whether you're dealing with a real one. So, and we're going to be doing both in this class, so you'll get both views. Okay, so it does see the emulator, so we're good to go. So I'm just going to minimize links, let it stay in the background, and we go up, and let's pull. And it looks like my organizer has disappeared. Let's see. View. Toolbars. View. Custom tools. Close. Now, for some reason, my controller. Let's go under open. That's what it is, guys. What I had closed that program out and it got rid of the organizer. I don't have an open file there right now, so that's why I didn't see the organizer. There was no project that I had open. So let me find. Yeah, that's what I've named this one. There you go. So if you don't have a project open, there's no organizer. You go under task, main program, and that's where your program's going to be for a standard brand new program until you add more. And go here. So everybody was good with that, and we saw it run on the emulator. So the next circuit is going to be, let's pull up our lab and look at the next logic and start putting more logic in here and emulating as we go. So our next circuit was, okay, and let's go that way. That way, actually, let's go over there. Okay, now do y'all see the OR logic up there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in this case, they call it OR because, well, just somebody take a guess. Why would you call that OR logic?
1, 2, 3, or 4.
Because they're in parallel. So if any one makes, it'll send a signal through. So it could be 1 or 2 can make, or 3 or all 3 or whatever.
Right. It's because it's 1 or 2 or 3 can make the fan come on. It doesn't take. So how many switches does it take?
One.
One. Is that always the case?
On the OR logic.
Yeah.
It is. In OR logic, it's always the case that it only takes one of these to make the fan come on. So it can be up to your imagination what would make that happen. Maybe Connor and Cameron, you guys are working on hog farms and all. You got fans, and you might say this might be thermostats. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That might be temperature switch. So let's put something real world in there, guys. Let's do this.
Could be a temperature switch or a safety override.
Now let's do this right here. Let's put some real world stuff on it here. Where's my go up 25. And let me bring in I emailed all of y'all that chapter 2 that I was showing you the other night for motor controls.
Mm-hmm.
Let's pull up them symbols real quick and let's put something real in there. This PowerPoint I put in I sent y'all. It's a really good one to have on your computer or on your phone. I'd put it on your phone too.
Mm-hmm.
Because you'll always have that phone with you. Now, do y'all see the temperature switches there?
Yes.
Now, let me pull back up my, let's see, where was that PDF at? Let me get that PDF back up and get it over. Well, this computer here is getting put to the test, man. I ain't kidding. It performs good. Let's see. Now, so you see really well here the OR logic again, and you see the temperature switches.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we could say that in 3 different zones in a hog house or a plant, if you have that in the blue area right there is exactly what's over here. It's just a standard undefined type of a normally open switch. It could be a toggle switch you flip by hand, or it could be a thermostat. It could be a float for liquid level. It could a pressure switch. It could be an air pressure switch right there at the plant. You might have to say that if a pressure switch is on, then you're going to let something else run, right? So it's up to your imagination. It could be a million things that you could use this for, honestly. But on the hog farm, let's just say normally open temperature switches right there, and maybe you got 3 zones in that hog house. And you say if it gets up to a certain temperature in any zone in that house, then it's going to make that fan come back. It's going to make the fan come on. Let's get the fan back in there. Go back out. Up. Now, so there goes your fan, the coil, the single phase fan right there. So if and the red symbol there of that square symbol, that represents a bimetallic element or helix that's in thermostats if they're bimetal. And if you have bimetal, if you have 2 pieces of metal bonded together and you heat it up, they will actually bend and deflect. If you have 2 kinds of metals that are bonded together, and that's the way thermostats work, if it's a bimetal type, is that it actually when it gets hot, this here will stretch. And when that stretches open, it makes that contact rise up and make contact. So on a temperature rise, that square symbol in there will actually elongate and stretch open, and it makes the blue part go up and make. And if you had 3 of those in parallel, by the way, then it doesn't matter which one comes on. As long as one of them comes on, it's going to be saying blow the fan. And that may be a circulating fan that's running through the whole hog house, okay, or through an area of your plant. So what do you think about that circuit? I mean, it leaves it up to a lot of creativity, don't it, by you seeing that, what you can do with it. So let's create this now in our emulator. Everybody that has the emulator up running, let's do this in the emulator and let's see it run. How about that?
All right.
Okay. So as we go ahead.
I can still do this even though I haven't started the first part yet, right?
What do you have on your computer so far?
I have everything downloaded. I just don't have I don't have the first function on my Studio 5000 just yet.
But you got both programs installed though?
Yeah, I just went through and did everything you did on RS links and all that stuff, like I said, but the program you just made with the safety switches, limit switches, I haven't done that part yet.
Right. You can go ahead and add that now. You can add it while we're going, yeah. So look, we're gonna go back into Studio here. And make sure that you're offline up here where it says where I'm pointing at. Do y'all see my offline thing?
Yep.
Y'all do. So y'all see my studio screen now. So
Yeah.
make sure you're not online. You're not online with the emulator because it's not going to let you edit then. So go out here now where it says end, and right click and say add run, and then you want to go up on the toolbar and choose you another examine on. And I like to enlarge it better because everything's just so small. I don't like reading small print. So is everybody at that point now moving forward with it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm there.
Is anybody not? Does anybody need help? Is anybody's not working? Okay. If you hit a point, if anybody hits a point, just say something and we'll stop and we're going to help you get over the hurdle. Okay. I'm going to depend on you to speak up, so that you don't, whatever you do, don't get left behind on this stuff. Speak up. We're all in this thing together, and we're going to stop and help you if you got problems. Okay.
Gotcha.
We're in the Sampson Community College PLC Army, and no man left behind. Okay, how about that? No. So now, Victor, tell me, what are we going to do up here now with the question mark? I'm going to let Victor tell us what are we going to do now.
Create a tag.
How do we do it?
Right click,
Right click,
new tag.
new tag. Now here, let's call it Zone 1 thermostat. Okay, so we're going to call it, we're going to pretend that we're in a hog house and that we're with Connor and Cameron out there in the country, and we're setting up 3 thermostats in that room that can cut on a big fan to blow air through there for the hogs. Okay, so let's call it Zone 1. Zone 1. You can say temp switch or thermostat, whatever you want to say. Temp switch might be, it doesn't matter. Actually, in your world, it would be thermostat, wouldn't it, Connor? Is that what you would call it, thermostat?
Yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
a thermostat.
It'd be a thermostat.
Because it has an adjustment to it. It has a dial that you can set whatever. Let's just say thermostat, like in your house.
Yeah.
So zone 1 thermostat and create. And then what do we do now, Victor?
Add another examine of the open.
So what? Now we want this in parallel.
Oh, okay. So add a branch.
Run.
So if
Branch.
y'all listen good here, if you're going to continue to add devices that are going to be in series, then you would simply do this. You would have that highlighted and go out there and click another one if you want it in series, but that ain't what we want.
Okay.
So I'm going to hit undo. We've got to create a branch first and then put the element in there. So we go up here where it says branch. When you hover your mouse over these instructions, it tells you what they are before you actually click them. Just hover the mouse over them and choose branch. And then put your left mouse button on the blue and hold it and drag. And then when you see the green show up, let go of it, and you've created a branch, a parallel branch. And then you highlight the bottom left corner of the branch, and that's where you put the cursor. And now you're prepared with the cursor in that position. You have to put the cursor wherever you put it at. That's where the next instruction is going to show up immediately to the right of the cursor. So for instance, let me just show you if you made a mistake and did this. If I had the cursor up here, which I don't want, and I added another contact in there, it shows up immediately to the right of where the cursor was. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
But so we don't want that. And if you make a mistake, go up here to where it says the left curve to undo, and it will progressively get rid of mistakes that you make. So if you make 2 or 3 mistakes, I believe it'll go in there and keep backing up, undoing things. So click at the bottom left corner and then go up and choose your element that you're going to do your instruction, another examine on. And then what do we do now?
Label it.
You do what?
Right click and create a new tag.
New tag. And Connor, what's it going to be called?
Say a timer.
A timer.
No, you gotta have it, or something like that.
We got three. We're having 3 thermostats in a hog house, right?
Thermostat too.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a timer.
Thermostat too. Well, see, like it really depends on the fan. Some fans have a timer that they run on for minimum ventilation, like during the winter, because it's not hot enough to trigger the thermostat. So there's a timer that you run on just to keep air circulating in, say every couple minutes. But
Also, you're saying that it's not completely dependent upon temperature.
some of them aren't. But I mean, it really depends. Like I said, it really depends on like the setup and also the time of the year and the temperature outside. Because like during the summertime, it's all on thermostats because it's always hot enough and there always needs to be at least one fan on just to keep it cool and breathable in the building. But
fresh air, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But like I said, during the wintertime, it's not like hot enough to really use a thermostat. So they just have to do, they have to do that just for put it on a timer just for minimum ventilation because it's never going to get hot enough in the building during the winter for a fan to come on to cool the hogs. So that's why they run the timer.
Okay, now let's do this, Cameron. Let's save the timer part when we get the timers in our class, which is not going to be long from now at all.
All righty.
For now, let's pretend this is in the summertime and we're in a place.
Hog houses really don't have like a lot of. They usually just have one sensor, but like the chicken house actually it'll have three or four
zones.
I think there'd be 3 or 4 different sensors.
Throughout a chicken house.
Yeah, and the sensor is just it's just pretty much it just tells
temperature.
It just tells it'll send like the temperature signal back to the computer because the sensor they usually drop it down like on the same level of the animals. It'll be it's got the cord, so it'll go back to wherever the thermostat is or the Honeywell, like for a Honeywell or a controller. If you're running off of an actual controller instead of just off of thermostats.
The chicken houses actually have a ROTM is what it's called. Their control. It's got all the bells and whistles for.
Yeah,
it's very large and has
super complex.
We
don't really know. I don't know anything about it.
Let's pretend right now that these contacts are actually relay outputs on the Honeywell, and that you have a Honeywell that has thermostats going to them that are hanging down over the hogs, down where the hogs are. The sensor, the sensor's going. Let's say we got 3 sensors going over to a Honeywell, okay, or maybe the 3 Honeywells.
Yeah. Sure.
And then the Honeywells have an output contact, a relay output that triggers, and that's what we're going to be using in our PLC. It is going to be monitoring those contacts. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, it does. Sounds good.
Let's pretend that, and that way it'll be realistic for what you're doing. So we're going to call it zone. Is that zone 2? How about that? Does that sound okay?
Yeah. Sounds good.
So zone 2.
Did you say it was a branch that I need to add up under tag right?
Do you see what I'm doing there?
Yeah, we see it.
I mean, Roger.
Oh.
Do it again. I didn't see.
You didn't see how to add that branch?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how to select it because I saw where you selected, but it wasn't letting me.
Up here where it says branch. Left click it.
Okay, never mind. I was clicking the wrong spot.
Yep. There's not much that you're going to do right clicking. It's
Well,
going to be.
The reason I got confused is because there's another place that said move branch rail.
Right.
Okay.
New branch level. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So from that point, you got to add another branch in here. And there's different ways of doing it, and each way looks different. So let's take a look at each way. How, if you go in there and just simply say branch, then look at here. It's going to look like a stair step that doesn't look good. So I don't like that because it just looks all staggered looking. So you may or may not like it. And maybe it doesn't matter to you how that looks there. I like to see them actually stacked to where they look even, parallel. So let's undo that. And let's see what happens on branch level. When you hit branch level, it actually does it nice and symmetrical like that. You see that? Branch level actually adds another branch to what you've already had, and it keeps the lines actually nice and straight. Can y'all see that?
Yeah.
And then at that point, you want to click on the lower left corner and then add your third thermostat in there. Right click, new tag, and then it's going to be zone 3. Zone 3.
Just trying to figure out how to move it.
How to move what?
How to move the branch.
Okay. Let me cut my screen share off and you do a screen share, Roger.
I just figured it out. The thing, I don't know what I did before, but it just did it. What I did it that time. Okay, got it. I'm sorry, I'm not too good with technology. Right,
well, you're gonna become an expert, Roger.
Yeah.
That's what you're here for.
Yeah. Well, I got them both up there.
All right, now. So what are we? So now for you to add the fan over here, you got to figure where's the cursor at, and if at this point right here, if I try to add energize, look at what happens. That's not good, is it?
Oh,
that's messed up. It won't work. It's going to be an error. So let's undo that.
got to go with someone.
You got to click on the upper right hand. You got to click on that leg right there, because that's the cursor, and you want the output instruction to be immediately to the right of it, or you throw it over to here. So you always got to be careful where you put the cursor at, or because it may or may not allow you to put the instruction where you want it. So hover over output energize, and then that's going to be our fan, right? So we're going to say ventilation fan. And we're creating what they call base tags. Base tags are internal contacts and coils and stuff that are internal fans and all that are running in the PLC that are not connected to real world devices. Now, once you go through and create all 7 logic functions in this program, and we see all of them emulate on your machine, then I'm going to give you, I posted today the real addresses that you're going to use when you create it for the PLC I have here at my house. So you go back out. Let's go ahead and just finish this right here. I'm going to hit create. And there goes your fan. Okay. So just keep in mind that the addresses that you're going to be putting in here for a real PLC after you do all 7 functions and all of them run, those actual addresses are going to be, I'll show you real quick what they are. You're going to download them right out of Moodle. Let me pull something up here. Now, do y'all see the wiring, the schematic diagram I have there?
Yeah.
So this is what I put this drawing on Moodle today, and you need to click it and save it later on. When you get to the point where you're ready to actually write logic and use these real addresses here for these limit switches, these are the addresses that you're going to put in your program. Let's minimize here and go up here. Let's go up and pull this up. Now, for instance, can y'all see the schematic and then the logic at the same time now?
Mm-hmm.
So, for instance, when you get ready to go do the real program, the program on the real PLC, this address is going to be used when you create the tag. and your name here will be a tag name for that real address. Okay. And I'll go over examples of how you actually make it be. This is going to be a tag for that real address. We'll go over that when we get to that point. We're not ready yet, but just this document here, this in Moodle in section 1, save it to your computer or to your phone or both. And then all of that's going to show you the addresses that you got to actually link it to. And it goes also down to the outputs. These are the outputs you're going to be dealing with here that I've got wired up. I've got 7 outputs wired 0 through 6, and that's going to give you a different output for every logic function that you have in your program. So those are the output addresses in slot 2, data.0 through 6. That's 7 outputs and 3 inputs. So those inputs will be shared on every one of your rungs, on every one of your lines. You can reuse those inputs, but the outputs you can't. So I've got 7 things wired there that are on this little board here that you can do. So anyhow, so let's download it to the emulator and watch it run. Does everybody have that program completed there?
Yeah.
Yep.
Does anybody not have it done?
No, I don't, Durwood.
Okay. Do you need some help?
No, I'm trying to figure out how to get to it.
You want to do a screen share? I'll cut mine off. You can cut yours on, be fine. That'll be faster. Then you can minimize that screen. Yep. And then you got some umbrellas there. You ready for the rain, ain't you?
Absolutely. Let me sit in this car out back.
All right, you got that running. That's good. You can drag that over to the side a little bit if you want to, give you some more room. Go to the top of it and drag. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm still trying to figure this computer out.
Oh, you'll get there.
Open existing project.
Yeah. And if it appears down under recent, you can just choose it down there if that's the one that you're looking at. It is. And choose the top one. Don't choose one that says let me explain something here. If you go up there where that little line is, don't choose any programs that say BAK, because they're ones that were previous versions where you had modified them from. So you just choose the one that says your file name and then .acd. You got a question?
Yeah, the book for this class, I haven't looked it up yet, but is it on Amazon?
I don't know.
Okay. What's the name of it?
You don't know what?
The title of the book that we need.
It's Technician's Guide to Programmable Controllers, the 6th edition. I'm going to put it here in the webcam.
Okay, thank you.
You see it in my camera? You see it, Roger?
Yeah. I'll take a picture.
If you want the ISBN number, I'll send you the back side of the book to make sure that you get the ISBN number correct. Would you like that, or?
Yeah. It's a little blurry.
But it's written by Terry Borden and Richard Cox. It's the 6th edition. Whatever you do when you go buying a book from somewhere other than the college, don't buy an international version because it's not guaranteed to be just like the one printed here in the U.S. So beware of cheaper copies. And again, just steer away from it if it says international on it. Now go over, Jamie. Yeah, double click your main routine, Jamie.
All right.
Now, so you're ready now to put a third branch in there, and then you can change your name to thermostat, or it doesn't matter. I mean, if you can call it whatever you want to.
Okay, I'll go back and change them.
You're going to do extend branch or branch level. Go over one more to the right.
Okay.
Branch level, and it's going to make it look better. Yeah. There you go.
All right.
Roger, I'm gonna send you the pictures real quick before I forget, because the later it gets out, it'll be hard to remember.
I think I found it. About 20, 24 bucks.
What are you looking at? A used copy or what?
That was the first thing popped up, and I'm looking on Amazon real quick.
What were you calling this, Durwood?
Yes, 60 bucks. No.
Zone 1, 2, and 3 thermostats.
I'm not sure we're going to be using the book.
What did you say? What was your question? Okay, Roger, I just sent you the front side and the back side of that book, a close-up picture that's got the ISBN number. We won't be able to cover that whole book, but we're going to cover the essential things that you need. And beyond this class, if you got questions about any of it, you can get up with me and I can help you. We could actually do another whole semester with this book if we were set up that way to do another semester. That's what I want to do.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. I think something cut out.
You didn't hear me?
No, I heard okay, Durwood, and then.
Okay, I just sent you the pictures of the book, the front and back cover. So when we get done, you can look at them and double check all that. Just.
In the hell?
If you hit the space bar, it'll give you an underscore, and then you just keep on going. Apply and okay. Well, it's okay. Then you can change the name. Go to the top and say edit the properties. There you go. Yeah.
So, Mr. Durwood, how
Yes,
do you
sir.
go online on here? When you were to take your Studio 5000, how do you put it online?
What do you mean? How do you download it and then go online? You download it to the emulator and then go online.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I was just curious because mine was on offline already. So.
Right. We're going to go through it right now.
Okay.
Okay, so if you cut your screen share off, Jamie, I think you're good to go.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, I'm gonna cut mine back on. So is everybody is everybody up to that point, or is anybody not up to that point?
I just had a question about RS links or not.
That's where we're heading right now. If I come down and we pull links back up, let me get my video way over yonder, and I pull links back up. Okay, what's your question about links? Or do you want to do a screen share and let me see what you're dealing with?
It's all good. I just didn't know because I'm looking at your emulate tab, and there's a something in slot 2, and I didn't get that. Is there any way you can show me that real quick?
So what are you missing there?
Slot number 2 where it says emulator.
Okay. I'm gonna cut my screen share off. All right, cut yours on, and let's see what you're doing there. It's a lot faster if you just do a screen share. Now, if you can resize your screen so that we can see the logic on one part of the screen and then the emulator on another. What I do, I'll kind of reduce them down a little bit. Okay, let's put this at the bottom. Okay, so go over to slot 2 and right click, create, and that emulate controller is what you're going to have, and it's going to be in slot 2, and that's correct. That's good.
Okay.
And you leave everything alone for version 32, and just go ahead and hit next. The controller name is going to pick that up from your program when you download it. You just got a blank chassis. You got a blank chassis without a name. That's good. Hit finish. You've got a piece of hardware there, a piece of virtual hardware that doesn't have any program in it right now. And so your program name is going to come from your project that you're going to send to it.
Okay.
So now you can drag that sort of to the side. I usually drag it way over to the right, and then see your logic on the left. That's what I normally do.
Okay.
And you can. There you go. And now drag your studio screen down further, and let's look at links, and let's make sure links actually sees that emulator. So take your Studio 5000 screen and kind of bring it down further on your screen.
There it is. Okay.
Now, okay, so now go over in now over here where the minus symbol is, the minus symbol.
Yep.
Click it, and now hit plus again. So you have to actually, let's see, you have to, you expand, and what would be the word if you actually want to close up something?
Yeah, I can't remember.
It's expand, and then maybe
retract, maybe.
Retract, maybe. Extend, maybe. Yeah. So anyway, if you don't see it running, what you want to do is retract it by hitting minus, and then re-expand it, and it'll refresh your view of what the driver's doing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's what it takes on real world drivers, that you have to do that if you got hiccups, you know. So what?
Mm-hmm.
So it sees the emulator now, and you know that links is working correctly. So you can just minimize links now. Just let it stay running in the background.
Links, that's right.
And now you can bring up your studio screen, and you can probably drag that emulator way over to the right to where you can just see 2 of those slots. That's all you're going to need to see. And now you want to go up there. There's a green check mark up top in your toolbar, and it says verify. Now, let's explain that. Verify controller, what it does is it's going to check. It's going to look for errors in your programming in the entire controller. And then the one on the left says verify what routine. If you move over. verify routine. And here's what that does. It will verify the one routine that you're creating now. Now, you might have 4 or 5 or 10 or 20 routines in a machine. And if you're debugging one at a time, then you would want to do the left click to verify the one routine that you're actually creating now. And it for just to show you errors for that, to give you error messages for that one routine only. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So when it did that, do you have any errors at the bottom of the screen?
You're talking about the what's it called? Routine error or routine verify?
Yeah, it's telling me here that in run 1, a reference tag is undefined.
Define tag.
So you want to go under, right click and look at the properties of that tag. No, go up to the label and right click.
That's what I'm doing. All right.
No,
on the label.
Something's wrong. It's probably how you created the tag. You didn't,
Yeah, probably.
You didn't have a defined tag. You're going to have to redo that. So you can just delete. Right click, new tag.
Yep. I'll probably have to do that for all of them because that's not how I did it.
Yeah, you're going to have to do that. You got to do it a certain way or it's not going to like it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not flexible with kind of what we would kind of conjure up. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way.
Not one that's.
It's not like jerry rigging and bypassing stuff when you're in a bind. That don't work here.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll just have to go through and change all that and do it the right way. So.
Right.
Then once I do that, then it should verify straight through, right?
Right.
All right.
You're pretty fast, fella. You go ahead and do it. Just hurry up every chance you get.
All right.
We got all this downtime here, Dylan.
Oh yeah, I know.
What's a bypass, Durwood?
Huh?
What's a bypass?
What's a bypass? Well, listen, I think you got some experts over there where you're at.
We don't do that. We do it by the book.
Something called a jumper wire or a jumper clip. 2 alligator clips on a piece of wire. How about that?
Got to make money, man.
Or a force on. The Studio 5000 programs, the memory is tags-based memory. So you create tags, and the tags where they are in the memory, that's the actual storage place for the data that for the whether it's on or off that information. Because yeah, you're fine.
All right.
All right. So now at this point, now you cut your screen share off.
All right.
Cut mine back on. And let's get my emulator back up. Let's go down here. So now at this point, let's get go under what you want to hit save. Okay, save your changes. So that blue icon. Make good and sure you save this, and then go under communications. Is everybody still with us? Everybody's real quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Is anybody kind of behind us or?
No.
All right. So we hit who active, and then on the particular driver that you're using, I have an Ethernet driver, and then I got the virtual one here. Expand the virtual driver, and you want to click on that virtual PLC here, and then you have options to to download or upload or go online. You want to download it because the program is, don't hit go online, because what's in your emulator now is the previous version that doesn't have the new logic. So you got to hit download. And it gives you a warning. If you're in a real plant or on a farm, there's consequences to downloading programs always, because you got mechanical actions that are going to happen, that could happen when you change programs. So you always make sure that people are nowhere near around the equipment that you're downloading to, just in case a glitch happens and something moves. And
mine is saying failed to go online. Must have missed to do something.
okay, so at this point, now I'm gonna stop my screen share and you cut yours back on.
All right, let me here.
Thank God for screen share. If it weren't for that, we wouldn't be able to hardly do nothing. I mean, I'm serious.
All right, yeah, this
The
is
controller slot doesn't match. So look, you got to go in your project, hit OK. Now go.
Let's close this out.
Go way over where it says controller main functions over there. You go down to the left.
Down to the
up. Go up and up.
Oh yeah, I see.
Now,
Yep.
now right click and hit controller properties. Properties. And now you choose the right slot down there under your chassis. Go down to the left and put put slot 2. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Because listen good here, when you're dealing with Logix 5000 PLCs that are modular in nature, like what this is, you can put the CPU. The CPU is the brain or the processor. You can put the processor in any slot that you want to, and you can also have more than one processor in a rack. When I went down to Unilever in Rayford and talked, and where they make stick deodorants and body wash and shampoo, they got PLC controlled equipment that's so fast and so complicated that they had more than one processor in a rack. They had one processor doing one part of the machine, another processor doing another part. They had a machine out there seriously that could run 500 stick deodorants a minute. It could produce that many stick deodorants per minute. It was unreal looking. It was so fast. So anyway, hit apply, hit OK.
Try that again.
And then save. Save. Yeah.
All right.
And now download. Well, hit who active, point to the processor. Yep. You always want to go through that route of communications, because if you're dealing with a network with a lot of controllers on there, you want to be specific to point to the right controller when you download. So go ahead and do it. Yep. Now what you're doing now, this is exactly what it looks like going to a real PLC machine. The only difference is that you're using a virtual driver, not an Ethernet driver.
Gotcha.
When we do it on mine, then I'll do the screen share and the webcam, and you'll see we're going to go through how do you do it through Ethernet together, so that when you get a chance to do it in person, you will have seen it done, and you'll know how to do it through a real cable to a real machine. So, all right. So
sure.
Now go up to remote program. It says REM program.
REM program. Yep.
And open that up and go to run. And say yes. Now here's what happens, guys. When you download a program to a processor, it forces it into program mode, so that when it downloads to the machine, it's not going to all of a sudden go into run mode on its own and be hazardous. So by default, it's going to be in program remote. REM means remote. It's in remote. It was in remote prog or program. You got to put it in remote run, and then it's actually functional now. So right click on thermostat 1 and toggle it on, and you should see the fan come on.
Let's see.
Hit toggle bit. And now the fan came on. You see that?
Yep.
Now toggle thermostat 1 off. Now, do them one at a time. Toggle on and watch the fan come on. You see it? So we're in the hog house there, or turkey house, or whatever it is, and it's a long, hundreds of feet long, and you got three temperature sensors hanging down with the hogs, and they're going to 3 different Honeywell controllers. And the Honeywell controllers, each one of them have a relay output, and that's what's in the program now, is that hard contact that's wired to the PLC to these inputs. And that's how you can actually have a fan come on from 3 zones. And it doesn't matter what zone comes on. You're going to get a fan. If any area in the hog house gets hot, it's going to come on and blow air for the hogs. So, okay, you can cut your screen share off.
All right.
All right.
I think something happened with my internet for a good few minutes there, so I didn't.
Okay. Who wants to share their screen? I'd like to go around and kind of see everybody what you got.
Hey, I got mine on remote run, but it doesn't have like the power line coming out the side.
Who is that?
It's James.
Jameson?
Yeah.
All right, do a screen share. Let's see it.
See what I'm saying?
Okay, you're in run mode, and what are you saying that you don't have?
Like it's not like, okay, let me toggle that Control T. You see what I mean? It's like I don't have power going to it.
Right. So it acts like maybe it's not look, go to the links. Go to the links and let's look at your connection. Expand your well, actually you're fine.
And then here's the other.
And
do I need to run that maybe?
Well, you shouldn't have to. Go ahead and try it. I mean, it's supposed to be in run already.
Have you
It says no I/O or communications are configured yet.
You might need to power on the master control.
So it says that there's no communications configured. Force status disabled. So it looks like something was wrong. Listen, Jameson, did you ever see yours run with the AND logic? Did it ever run?
Yeah, but I couldn't, right at the start, I couldn't pull that up. So when we were doing that one, I just recreated it here.
Did you ever see that top line run?
Yeah.
And you saw the output come on?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, this isn't my original series circuit.
Okay.
Look, get it to pull up. So I just
how about enlarge and magnify your screen some? That thing's mighty tiny here.
Oh yeah.
Your elements.
Your
elements. Yeah, so I can see what's going on. Now right click on thermostat 1 and now go above it where the tag is. And hit edit. So you have here's what's wrong. You chose a local uses local tag type base tag bool. Main program type base tag. That's fine. But it was saying that your emulator is not pull. Okay, close that out. Pull. Let's do this. Yeah. Can you make that larger? Links. Can you make links bigger? It appears to be okay. Listen, it says not browsing. Did you see that? Up top, it's browsing network, not browsing. Do this. Go up there where it says ABVBP and hit that minus symbol. And now hit plus. Now it says, look, now it says node found. Do you see it? Look up there on that toolbar.
Yeah.
Now it says it's found. Browsing and it's found.
Maybe just needed to refresh. Basically.
Right. Well, you got to collapse. It's collapse and expand is what it is. That's the word, collapse.
Collapse. Yeah.
Collapse and expand. So if something's not functioning right, collapse it and expand it. And I've seen that happen in plants many a time. So
I still don't have the power.
But look, you're gonna have to go back through. You're gonna have to download to the controller again. I'm not even sure that.
To go offline.
I guess so. Yeah, and then who active?
Oh, that's right.
Or and then point toward it.
There.
No, to the emulator.
There.
And now hit download.
Yep. Download.
That's it. Yeah. Well, this is a learning curve for all of us, and it's okay. We're going to learn a lot here.
Then downloading. Change controller back to remote run or not?
Oh yeah, go ahead. Yep. Now toggle one of them now.
I see at the bottom it does say it has one warning. I don't know what that's about.
Yep. Let's get this over here. It says download time, reading change log, one warning.
What is the warning done?
Well, click on that yellow triangle and see what it says. Zero errors, but one warning. Linking all routines. Finalizing. But I don't see a warning. Look, why don't you do this? Go offline with Studio 5000. And then shut the emulator down and then reboot the emulator. I don't know what's going on here, but let's just try to reboot just to try to save some time here. Yep, and you can drag those icons out on your desktop. Okay, now try your in links. Go back in there and it says it's found. Okay. Okay, hold.
Oh, did I hit the wrong? No, I went the wrong thing, didn't I?
Well, no, you're downloading.
Yeah, but I think I did it wrong. But there it goes.
And now you want to go to run mode. Yep.
It still ain't doing it.
Well, you got to toggle the bit on.
Yeah, but usually it'll show like green power going there. We'll try it. Let's see. Yeah.
There's still something wrong with the program.
Well, I noticed that the left side and the right side where the green usually is, it's not showing up either.
That's what I'm saying. It usually shows like the power on the line is what I call boom.
So,
And it-
okay, all right.
when
Let's
you
just see
make
what's
it,
going on here.
shoots it through.
Look, go up top. Go
Maybe I
up
should
top.
just go through and make a whole new one, and boom.
What is it that what did you create? That did you do something different than what we've been doing in any of these? If right click on one of your tags and go through and look at each one of them and see if they're set up correctly.
Why don't you just verify the routine?
You can just verify the routine and just see. You can't do it online. You got to go offline to verify it, I believe. One warning. All right, now click on your warning box, that yellow triangle.
There it is right there.
Okay. Warning or logic, the routine cannot be reached by the main controller or logic or program main routine. It cannot be reached. Okay, listen, I think I know what's wrong, Jameson. Go back under controller or logic and right click on your controller properties.
Right here?
No, go up top where it says controller. Right
Okay.
click and go into properties. No, you got the right kind of controller. You got to emulate 5570 controller. And it's a version 32. And you're in slot 2, and that's fine. So hit OK. I was wondering, did you have something? Was there something wrong with the controller type? But that's not it. So right click on each one of your tags and see how they're set up. Yeah, hit edit. And you have a base tag, and that's fine. Now go to the next one. Check each one of them. That's all fine. That's fine. Now, how about on your top line? Check those. Base tag, that's fine. Good. That's fine. Over here on the outputs, go over and look at those. That's fine. That's fine. So did you ever see that top line run before?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. This ain't the original one I did the other day.
Right. So you've never seen this project run at all. Is that right?
For some reason I couldn't get it to pull up, so I just did this while we were doing this. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
So I was following along doing this, and then I just pulled this down one and just threw this up there.
Go under listen, open up your emulator again. And right click on that slot 2 and see what does it say. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean just hover over it. It says IO status, no commute. We don't have real IO there anyway. We don't have other modules in there. Right click and say and hit run and just see what it is. It. All right, now go back and see. We haven't had to go in there to do anything. Have you been in there? Go back out and see if it'll communicate now. You still don't have your green lines. If something's wrong.
I'm offline right this minute.
Okay.
Still getting the same warning.
The routine cannot be reached by the main program. The routine, hold on. Let's read this. The routine cannot be reached by the main routine. You know what? Man, I see what's going on.
Maybe it needs to be in here.
Look, you got it in the wrong place there. You've got a subroutine set up, Jameson. Look,
Oh, okay.
you don't have it in main routine. You set up a subroutine called OR logic. That's what's wrong. You don't even have it in the main routine. Listen, guys, a subroutine has to be enabled from a main routine, and you didn't have anything in there. I wasn't slowing down long enough to read what it was really saying, guys. What he did, he created over here on OR logic, he created a subroutine outside of the main routine and had no logic in the main routine that it could even run. Y'all see that? Does everybody see that?
Yeah.
So he didn't have his logic in the main routine to even be able to run. So that's what was wrong. That's what was wrong. Subroutines are something that we'll get into, but it's not time for that now. But subroutines, when you do something, a routine under the main routine, the subroutine will never run unless you put logic in the main routine that actually allows it to run. Certain conditions that allow the other subroutine to run, and none of that was set up. So you had created yourself. I don't know what you would call it, but you have created something there. You just basically you made a subroutine with no enabling to it. It couldn't run.
Let me try it right here.
Subroutines will not run on their own. They have to be called from a main routine.
Hello, boom.
Now look, you got to get rid of that subroutine. You got to get rid of that.
Yeah, I was just copying stuff over from it, so I didn't have to.
Oh, okay. But you don't want to listen. You can't download that with that subroutine in there to that controller. You don't want to do that.
There it goes. There it goes.
Right now, look, go where now delete. Yeah, get rid of that. Now reset.
Should pop.
No, you look. Hold.
There it went.
But look, you want to get rid of. Go offline. Now resave it. We're saving it with no subroutine in there. Now re-download again. You don't want to have a blank or dummy subroutine out there in the emulator doing nothing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Clean up any logic that you may have. I wished I had read that closer earlier. My brain had to slow my brain down to really read what it was saying. I've been sitting there looking at it for, I know, 15 minutes.
There it goes.
Now listen, let me explain something here. The green bars are there when that routine is actually enabled. And when you created a subroutine, subroutines have to actually be enabled from a main routine, and that's why the green power rails were not there.
There it goes, yep.
Right. Perfect.
Okay.
Now, just for the heck of it, let me just show you something here about subroutines, if you want to see it real quick. That an example at the college of a system that we have that's got a lot of subroutines in there, and that's going to show you why what you had was not working. So cut your screen share off.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I'm sorry. And then I'm going to cut mine back on. And now let's pull, let's see. I want to go to,
Station 4.
any of them. Any of them in the SMC system will show subroutines. I'm not going to linger on this, but while we're on the subject of a subroutine, I'm going to show you what does it take for a subroutine to get the green power rails, which yours was missing. So this is station 4 at the college in our automation line. It doesn't matter what station we're on, but do y'all see my screen over here? You see where it says main and comms IO and comms PLC and all that, outputs and steps. Y'all see that?
Mm-hmm.
So where it says main at, that's the main routine there. Now watch, I'm going to go into main routine. And what do you see here? It says jump to subroutine steps, jump to subroutine outputs, jump to subroutine timers, jump to subroutine work bits. You have a power rail here, and it's automatically cutting on. It's doing a jump to subroutine command from the main program. So if you're going to have a subroutine running separate subroutines for comms PLC and outputs and steps and timers and work bits and all this stuff that's on that machine, these are separate subroutines that can only run and get power when the main routine tells them they can run. And the way the main routine allows these to run is by this JSR instruction that says jump to subroutine. So here's what it does. It's when the main program is always executing because it's a continuous task. When it goes through and it scans this, it automatically jumps out to the step subroutine, which is over here. Now watch, I'm gonna go in steps. These are the steps of the machine. So it goes through and it executes step 1, and so on. It goes through and it executes all this logic. Do y'all see that logic I'm going through?
Mm-hmm.
So it goes through and does step 11, 12, and 13, and all this stuff. It does all of that. It executes all the way down to the bottom of the whole steps routine. I'm going to take it down to the bottom of it, way on down, way down.
Sure does help. That's organized whenever you're troubleshooting.
And then look at here. So it gets all the way down to the end of this, and when it hits the end, then the PLC goes back to the main program, and it goes from, and it returns to here. It returns to here. Then it says, I'm going to jump to the output subroutine. So when it sees that, it actually goes out to here, and it turns on the output subroutine, and it refreshes all the outputs for alarm, insert manipulator downward, and all of these outputs get refreshed, okay? These are physical outputs on the machine where it says local. So when it finishes all of that, it gets to the end of that routine, then it jumps back to the main routine, and then it goes down to the next one that says timers. It says jump to subroutine timers. So then it comes over to here, and it executes all of the timers. It refreshes those really fast. So all the timers on the machine, they get refreshed as I go through them like this. It goes through all the way to timer 24, and then it jumps back to the main routine. And after timers, you got work bits. So then it jumps out the work bits, and it executes and scans all of that logic. Okay? Connor and Cameron, you see what's going on here?
Yeah, we did. We got it.
So it goes through that entire routine, and it executes the work bit routine completely. When it gets down to line number 43 or run 43, guess what it does? Then the PLC then turns right back around, and it goes back to main again, and it says, well, what's next? So after work bits, then the next subroutine is called comms IO. So then it actually loops around from work bits. It starts all back at the beginning of the first subroutine. And so the main routine is set up to do this, guys. It says it will execute this one, and then this one, and then this one, that one. It does them one at a time, and then it cycles back around, and it executes them all one routine at a time. And it does it in what they call a scan cycle. and it does a scan cycle way down in milliseconds or maybe even microseconds, depending on how fast the processor is running and how large the program is. But the scan cycle that you're getting ready to find out about in our book is going to be in probably chapter 2 or so. The scan cycle is this, that the PLC itself actually, it goes to the main routine and it executes the main routine. And if the main routine sends it out to a subroutine, it goes out and it runs that routine and it comes right back and then it says, well, which routine do I go to now? And so it does them in the order that they're set up in the main routine. So Jameson, here's what I'm getting at here is, under your main program, you had one that said OR logic. Are you still there? Yeah. Jameson still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
So
I usually have my thing muted, so it takes me a second sometimes to unmute it.
So yours, under the main routine, your main routine was empty, right? You didn't have any logic in there. Is that right?
Yep.
There was nothing in the main routine at all. But down here in your first subroutine, you had one set up with all your logic in. But listen, you didn't have a JSR instruction in your main routine to call that subroutine to run. So are you following now? You would have had to go in your main routine, and you would have had to say a jump to subroutine instruction called OR logic, and that instruction would have to have a solid line going back to the power rail so that it's what you call unconditional jump. If you put contacts in here ahead of a jump, then they have to be true for it to jump out to the routine. But if you just have a power rail tied straight to the jump to subroutine instruction, then it will always jump out to that routine and do it, and then come back and get the next one and go run and go do it. And it zigzags doing executing subroutines in a single in a sequence. Is that makes sense? Does anybody have any questions about how subroutines are how they're enabled? Every subroutine that's under the main routine that you create, and you can do it for different sections of the machines for organizational purposes. They use subroutines so that the comms IO logic is in a nice little neat area to itself. The comms PLC logic, it's in a nice little neat area to itself with a name. And then this would be for a touch screen. SCADA, that would be like for a panel view touch screen. We don't have that here, on this system. And then all of your physical outputs, these are real world outputs. All of those are in that routine. So the person that created all of this logic here over in Spain, in their mind, they said, I'm going to organize my logic in these types of subroutines so that I can easily get to those areas and troubleshoot, and everything is organized nice, kind of like a filing cabinet with different file drawers. Picture this being a filing cabinet here, your organizer, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 drawers in your filing cabinet. And so in each drawer in your filing cabinet, you have your logic that's neatly stored away. And if you have issues with outputs, you can simply go down to this drawer and pull that drawer out and start going through and finding, well, which output is not on and why is it not on? If that output don't come on, it's going to be because here we have, what kind of logic do we have right there, guys? Is this AND logic or OR logic?
OR.
So you have
OR logic.
Now you got 4 things that are in OR logic here. So here you got this one or that one or that one or that one can trigger. It doesn't take but one, and then you have that insertion manipulator. Spanish person wrote that. Triggers that output if you have any of those in there. Only one. Makes sense. There's some more OR logic. There's some more OR logic. There's more. So OR logic is like, it's just used everywhere in the world, fellas. Everywhere in the world, there goes 3 of them there, 4 of them there. it's very popular to do OR logic and also AND logic. If you go into steps routine, you're going to see combination. Here you got series, here you got AND logic here, but you got OR here. That's what you call combination and OR. And that's going to be your number 6 logic function is going to be combination. You got AND. So here for that output to come on, it's going to take this and that, or this and that. Does that make sense? You can have this one and that one on and you get an output, or you can have this one and that one and it'll come on. So that's called combination and or. But anyway, let me get out of this. Let me close that out. And I'm going to use examples like that so that you can see. We just learned a big lesson there, Jameson, on what you had. And it gave us a chance to talk about subroutines anyway and just make a lesson out of it. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay.
I won't even charge y'all this time.
Right. You won't charge. You just sold me a fish plate. I'm just kidding. All right. Now, so your logic works good there. So who else? Let me cut my screen share off. Is there anybody in the group? Huh?
I need to figure out how to get my emulator to communicate with the RS links.
Okay, do a screen do a screen share.
How do you do it? How you share all of it? It's only let me select one thing at a time.
There's a button that says screen share at the bottom.
At the bottom, you just hit that green button that says share screen.
Okay, I got you. Can you see it?
So pull up your links. Yeah, you're sitting there with Ethernet. You don't want that.
Yeah. So how do I need to change that?
You got to add a virtual backplane driver instead of an Ethernet driver.
All right, break that down for me.
No, go down. Go look, the second icon.
Okay.
Configure drivers, yeah. They go in there under virtual backplane driver.
Okay.
The Ethernet driver is only going to be if you're going to be going to a real physical machine, which you're not able to do that from where you are. That's fine. And look, your links module is in slot 0, so that's correct. If you back up, did you see where it showed the slot at?
This right here?
No.
Okay, there it is.
Right, see it sees it now.
Emulator.
But if you go back up to your configure drivers icon, the second icon. Right, go in there and hit configure. It's in use. It's in use right now, but a while ago it showed as a default 0 for a slot number. And that was correct. I was just trying to get you to slow down to show you that it had to be the right slot number for your links module. Okay. So you're fine there. You're ready to download now.
Yeah.
So you can minimize that screen. And I would drag my okay. Well, it's okay. You don't even really have to be seeing the emulator particularly, because you're going to view it. Yeah, do who active, and then expand it with the plus, and then click on your emulate, and then hit download.
So click on emulate and then click download.
Well, wait. You got to wait till that appears over there, because it's kind of grayed out right now.
All right.
So there's something's wrong.
Here, let's make sure it's saved.
It's not connecting with your controller. Pull up your emulator. Something's wrong with the emulator. Now, right click on that on the controller. No, you're moving too fast. Just hover over the controller one time. Hover over that. It's in run mode. That's okay. Right click on that. Hit properties. Go down to the properties.
Are you not seeing it? I'm in it right now.
Yeah, that's fine right there. And then go over to no, don't close that. Hit
Oh, my
system. I want to see all the little things in there. Hit system. All right. Module info. Module status. Okay. I don't see anything wrong. So hit OK.
Which kind of module is that again?
It's a 5570 emulate module.
5570.
Wait a minute. Or 5568.
It's
5570 control.
Well, the emulate module is a different part number, evidently. You only have an option for one kind of controller when you create when you create it. You only have one kind of controller you can put in there anyway.
Okay, gotcha.
For instance, if you go over, you close that out, go over to slot 3 and hit create, and you're only going to have an option for one kind. See, listen, you only have an option for one kind of controller or an IO simulator, like an IO module.
Yeah, I was just trying. I was in the same place he was.
Listen, why is yours not saying 5570?
I have no idea. You mean create another one right here and see what it does?
No, don't do that. Just get out of that.
Yeah, I know it's saying 5868, ain't it?
I don't know why it's saying that. I honestly don't know. I don't know. That may be. Just go ahead and X out of that stuff. Now just kind of drag your emulator over to the right. And try to download, or have you already done that?
I have not done that.
Yeah. So pull up, go under communications up top.
And go to download.
No. You got to go to who active. You got to point to the right controller. And it expand your driver, expand it. And now click on your emulator. And there's still something not right here. It's not, something's still not right here. Something's not jiving here. Look, uninstall the driver. Just go back to no, I don't mean uninstall the controller, but pull up your RS links page and let's get rid of the driver and then reinstall the driver.
So get rid of this right here.
Well, yeah, go up top your second icon and hit stop, and now hit delete. Now reset that driver up fresh again. Nope. Go under virtual backplane. Good. And hit add new. And hit OK. And that's fine because that's where the links module is. That's good. Okay. Now close that. And now go expand the AB VBP, expand that. And now, okay, so now go back. You can minimize that screen. Yeah, minimize that one. And so now go, exactly, hit communications again. Expand that. And click on that. It's still not letting you. It's still not. It's still grayed out, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's grayed out. It's not allowing you to. Let's see. Look, did you ever verify your project?
Yeah.
Close
I'll do it
that out
again.
right there. Verify it again and just see if you get any errors down there. No errors, no warnings. And go under, let's see. Just for the heck of it, look, close out Studio 5000 and reboot Studio 5000. Just reboot the program.
Okay.
I'm going to quote Alan Strickland again. Well, he'll say, I wear in unfamiliar territory, but I guarantee you we'll get through it. There you go. Yep. You got to double click that. Okay. There you go.
All right. So go to Who Active.
Who active. Expand your driver.
There we go.
Now download. So something was flaky going on. Hey, listen, here's what I think I saw going on, Dylan, when you were powering it off. It looked almost like you had opened up Studio 5000 twice.
Huh.
It looked almost that way when you were cutting it off. It looked like I saw another occurrence of it behind that one.
I don't know then.
Now that can happen. I know for a fact that, I mean, it can happen with software. You can open it up and then go open it up again, and then you got some funky stuff going on, you know. Okay, so that's fine. Now you're running, and now go ahead. Let's it's getting hot in this room here. That thermostat's got to click on. Look, you there. Hey, let's everybody give a hand to Dylan, man. Let's give it up.
Thank you, Mr. Durwood.
You're welcome. Fish plate. I'm just kidding, man. When you get your first big raise.
Still waiting on that.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, it might be a while. It might be a while. We'll talk to Gary about that. I'd send him a link that he'll see this. Who else? Let me hear from Roger. How you doing, Roger?
I might have it. I'm not sure. You want me to do a screen share?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Hey, Mr. Durwood, I got through mine all right. Where's my fish plate at?
To be honest, I had fish the other night, and I'm sort of kind of tired of fish.
How do you do that? Oh, you got two errors down there.
Fish taters. Today we had fried chicken and taters at work that they're cooking on the job site. But yeah, this is as far as I got. Oh, what's that?
It says, look, it says there's no project loaded in the controller.
Well, that might be a problem there.
Wait a minute, you got some issues going on there. You got an Ethernet driver going on. You don't need an Ethernet driver going on.
Yeah, what do you mean? That might have been.
Whoa. Did you set that up?
I think I did. I might have clicked on something by mistake. Is there any, should I hit remove?
I'm not sure what that's in there for. Did you put it in there?
I think I put it in there when I was trying to figure it out, but it was probably a mistake. So should I just remove this then?
Yeah.
Well, also, I do have an Ethernet cable plugged up, but that shouldn't affect it, should it?
That's not anything used in links, though.
Hey, Mr. Durwood, that same thing happened to mine when I was messing with mine. All I did was I closed RS links and reopened it, and it cleared whatever that is.
Yeah. Okay, should I close this?
You can try that. I don't know why you've got that Ethernet driver in there.
Hang on, should I save?
Hold on. You're doing too many things. You're moving around a whole lot there, doing a lot of stuff there.
I know.
Just for right now, leave that Ethernet alone. Just let it because it's not going to mess anything up. It's just it's not supposed to be in there. You got to remove it from up in here where it says configure drivers, your second icon. It's not running anyway. You don't have one installed. No, just leave that alone. Leave that alone. I'm not sure why that's in there.
Yeah, I probably clicked something.
Just leave it alone. That it's not going to hurt anything.
Well, I got the right driver in. I saw it whenever y'all were going over it with him. So I've got that.
Yeah, just close X that out. But you're fine. You're fine right there. That's okay. That's all right.
And so right here.
Look, go to look. Hold on. You're doing too much stuff. Go verify your project, Roger. Up top, the green check marks. Verify your project up top. There's a green check mark way up top. Verify. Yeah.
Okay.
There's 2 errors. Now click on your errors and let's see what they are. It says verify routine, main routine of program, main program. And there are 2 errors and 0 warnings. But where are the errors at? Double click on your errors again down there and see if it'll tell us what they are. Okay, in rung number 1, your XIC reference tag is undefined. So look, you've got to right click on your tag for zone 1. Right click and hit edit. No, don't do that.
Yeah,
no. You got to right click and edit. No. Get out there now. Right click on the tag. No. Look, click out there in the middle. Now go up to where the tag is. The label thermostat. The word thermostat.
Thermostat.
Now right click on that.
Right click.
Edit zone. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, that one's fine. Now let's go check the other ones. Hit OK. One of them's not gonna. One of them is undefined. Oh, right there, it's undefined.
You know what it could have been? It could have been that I just used the same tag and changed it. I figured it'd make a new tag if I did that. But
you got to create. Hit create.
Okay.
Create.
Okay.
Create.
All right. So.
And then right click there, and you got to hit and hit create. You didn't you didn't create. Now save it. Now go up top and verify. No, verify first in the green. Green check mark.
It's very small. I have trouble.
Now that got rid of. Listen, you have got to create. You got to create a tag each time you do one. You got to hit create.
So if I use the same tag to do the same thing like with zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, I got to hit create on each one.
You got to create each tag individually. You're creating a memory location for each tag.
Okay, gotcha. All righty. I'm going to go ahead.
Now save it and then download.
When you say download,
go under communications up top.
The thing I was having trouble with was the drives. I was not sure if I
hit who active. No, sir. Hit who active. And now you click on Studio 5000 emulate right there, and now hit download. You got to point to the processor and then download.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, download. For those of you that are waiting, it's at least we're able to do what we're able to do remotely. If it wasn't for screen share, we really wouldn't have much of a class. I mean, you know what I mean? It would just be all paperwork. You'd be kind of to yourself doing worksheets and stuff that would be pretty, nowhere near like what we're doing now. So at least we're blessed to have you've got the real McCoy software in your hand. You've got the best software that's out there on the market for doing PLC programming. You got it in your hands right now. You got it, and it'll always be yours. and you can run it for running, and you'll run it for 90 days in hours. It's not 90 calendar days. But like I've had 7-day grace periods before that lasted for weeks because I didn't really run it that much at a time. But you've got a long time you can run this software, and there's a lot. Yes, sir. Run. Go ahead. Yep.
Which
toggle.
Toggle.
Toggle. Right click and toggle.
Toggle.
Yep. Toggle each one. Yep. You see, with that one, it's going to take all three to ever give you your master control. And now, okay, now trigger one of your. You can untrigger one. That like somebody opens up a gate and then you lose your relay drops out.
Okay.
Now there, it only takes one zone to give it to you when it's OR logic. Okay.
Yeah.
Because of the nature of what it is.
It worked.
Right.
Yeah.
So you guys, whenever you get an opportunity to get in PLC systems in plants or on farms, you're understanding the AND logic, the OR logic, and if you go in and modify something or troubleshoot something, you understand how this logic works.
Alrighty.
Now,
the one thing I had questions about was this section right here, because I just sort of kind of muddled my way through it, and I'm not exactly sure if I did it right, but it worked. So
no, you did it right. You did it right, or it wouldn't work.
Okay. So is this like what exactly is this? This is the slots, but what exactly is it? I'm not exactly sure.
Slot 2 is the actual PLC controller itself. That's the CPU, or the central processing unit.
Mm-hmm.
A CPU is the brain of the PLC that contains the program and that executes the program, and then it receives the program through that links module that's in slot 0.
Okay.
These are different slots. It would be like a PLC. Like if you look on do you see on my webcam up here?
Yeah.
Here you have, this is going to be slot 1. This is slot 2 over here. Now, if I had more modules, look, I've got slot 3, slot 4, slot 5 that do different things. That's a relay output module. That is an analog input module that can pick up pressure sensors and things like that. That's analog out. That could go to a VFD for stuff, and then that's for temperature. So the slots, this is a real physical rack here with slot numbers in it. Your virtual one that you have on the screen, it actually mimics what you see here on my webcam.
And so slot 2 here, that's like the actual PLC.
It's the actual PLC, to where in mine, my PLC is actually here in slot 0.
And
see right here?
Yeah.
Mine's in slot 0, and then the first input outputs is in slot 1 that's actually built into it, and then there's a slot 2, and then it goes on.
So the RS links, that's like the physical connections that you're making there?
It is.
Okay. See, that's what confused me. I'm used to like PLC being first. Gotcha.
Well, see, if you see on my webcam, you see that blue cable I'm pointing at down here?
Yeah.
That's the Ethernet connection right there.
Mm-hmm.
So under here, where the Ethernet connection is, this is where links comes in through.
Okay.
Links actually connects to the Ethernet port right here on the physical machine.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have a links module. It's got an Ethernet port. Then links is actually talking through the cable to the PLC, but links actually manages the cable.
So what's the one in the first slot, the run? Is that just the digital input?
Well, on your emulator?
Yeah.
It says FT links. That's factory taught links. And what it is, that's a communication module that would communicate with a touch screen, a panel view touch screen.
So we don't need it.
Well, not on this application, but if you were going to use a touch screen on a machine that had like touch buttons on there, not physical buttons, but a touch screen, then the touch screen would interface with your PLC through that module in slot 1.
Like some of the stuff at Mount Olive or something like that.
That's right. At Mount Olive, you got those touch screens that are, that are in there. Instead of having real physical buttons, they've got them on a screen. And that module would communicate through slot 1 and actually control this PLC, or it would interface with slot 2 by way of slot 1. That would be the communication connection of your HMI. HMI is a touch screen, or human to machine interface. So a HMI is a touch screen, and that slot 1 is for HMI connections.
I think that answered all my questions. Thank you.
All right, good. So if you cut your screen off and let me talk to everybody else. So, Eric, do you have yours running? Is Eric there? Eric Martin?
I'm here, Mr. Durwood.
Okay, is yours running? Is Eric Martin out there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Is yours running?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah. Trigger one of your thermostats. All right, good. I've seen enough. That's good. Okay, turn yours off.
I gotta get back over there.
I want to go through and see each person. I want to check on everybody. So if you could turn your screen share off, Eric.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Okay.
Trying to figure out what happened here. What in the world did I do?
Move your cursor to the top of the screen, it'll pop down the options.
Or I think if you type in off, it'll do it also.
I don't know where mine went. It done disappeared. Hold on. I don't know why it's not running.
How about up at the top of the screen? Does it give you some option up there?
I'm trying to. No, I don't give me nothing.
Just hit minimize on that Zoom. I wouldn't hit join. I'd hit you minimize. Yeah.
What in the world happened? It's all it's showing me is the grid. I don't know why it's doing that.
But look, I think probably your error page. Why don't you do this? Can you minimize your logic screen? Hit minus and see if
I got it. I found it.
Yeah. Yeah, we're trying to juggle a lot.
There we go.
All right. That looked good. How about McGill? I see McGill has come in. At what point are you at, McGill?
I got it downloaded, Mr. Durwood. I just now got it downloaded.
The software?
Yeah, and they actually let me put a slot in.
Okay.
So I'm gonna look. I'm just gonna listen. I don't want to, keep y'all from doing. I want y'all to keep going so I can keep watching. And I'm gonna look at your last video from Tuesday night, and I'm gonna try to do the put those in.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all can go ahead and continue. I got it to put it in. I mean, to actually let me put a slot in, because you know how Tuesday it wasn't letting me.
Right. Good. Have you already created your logic program?
I haven't.
Okay. So you got the emulator set up, right? But now you need to go back and write your logic and then download it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So if you just simply want to watch, that's fine. And
yeah, I'll do that. I'll go tonight or tomorrow. I'll watch that your YouTube video from Tuesday, and I'll figure it out. If not, I'll give you a call.
Yeah, you do that. Yeah, I'm available all in between times. Like, I can even help you on a Friday or a Saturday or a Sunday, I mean, seriously, if you shoot me a message, they actually want us to communicate through. Did everybody get the message by the email today?
Yeah.
So listen, my phone, the email stays on all the time on my phone to where if the way Outlook works, if you got it on your phone, you hear a little noise come on every time you get an email. So it really never shuts off. So if you shoot me an email, that's the way the college wants us to do it. Now, Barney said that they want it done through email unless you've got a special situation that really requires a phone call. So they can actually track and
see what's going on.
They want to see what's going on. And if something come up, if some kind of trouble come up, they could actually back up instructors and defend instructors by being able to go back and seeing what the communication was if problems came up. That's kind of what they're at. But they don't want me really doing a lot of communication without it being in there, unless it's personal, So
yeah.
So, and it's fine. When you did everybody download the Outlook app on their phone? Have you had a chance to do that?
Yes, sir.
Because I actually like it better. I don't even have to open the computer to check email no more. It's just sitting right there on the phone, and you get that little dinging noise, and it tells you, check it. It's a lot faster. You don't have to get a computer out to check it, and you ain't got to log into the school system. You just hit one little button, bam, and that's it. So
what's
I like
it.
Only trouble is remembering to do something like that.
Well, look. Here's what, Roger, here's what I'm getting at. You don't even have to remember. Let me show you something here. Now, look in my webcam there. You see that icon there that says Outlook?
Mm-hmm.
When that Outlook has a symbol on it, it just tells you you've got an email. Right there on your phone. You don't even have to go looking for it. It's just sitting right there. And when you have a little indicator on the Outlook symbol, then you know that you have an email that needs to be checked.
Yeah, I think I'll do that because I never check my email. I mean, I check it once a week at least. Or I try to.
You need to have that. To get the app on your phone like that and have it on there, and then your life is going to get a lot easier on email. It ain't going to be nowhere near the hassle that it has been.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't really check text or anything like that until I get home, unless I recognize the number.
Right. Well, with emails with the school, you should be checking them. Like when you go on break, kind of look at it, and if anything major pops up, if there was a cancellation with school or anything like that, or something major, if you check it at least at lunch, and then when you get off of work, if you look at it twice a day, you're not going to miss things. So,
okay.
But anyway, so let's see who else. Justin, how is yours going?
I'm good. I can screen share if you want.
Yeah, just for a brief second, if you will.
All right. Here's mine.
Yeah, if you'll just toggle one of your thermostats, there you go. That's it. Right. That's good. So you know that any one of those three would do it. Okay. How about Victor?
Yes, sir.
You want to do yours?
Sure.
Do you want some corn with it?
Up full. Hit the share screen, Victor.
McGill, did you get you an Ethernet cable?
My the one I had, my router, I had one that was already connected, and it reached.
Good.
But I'm still waiting on Victor to make me one.
I'll get you one, buddy.
Yeah, he's got the tool in his locker, so
need to get him to show you how to do it.
It's gonna cost him. gonna cost them a fish plate.
Just go buy you a whole roll of wire.
I'll get you a taco plate.
You can go to Lowe's and buy the crimping tool, the jacks and the cable and everything at Lowe's.
Yeah, we got all that, but Victor's just got it in his locker, so I can't get to it at the moment.
Oh, Lord. Okay, that looks good.
It's been a couple of years since I've done that.
I see. That's good. I see. You looking good there.
All right.
That's good. That's good. All right, so you can switch yours off. Let's see who's next. How about Jamie?
All right.
I tell you what, man. Thank the Lord that we can do what we do, man.
Jamie, I'm still waiting on my coffee.
Huh?
I told Jamie I'm still waiting on my coffee.
I'll wake you up out there in the morning before I unlock you.
Look at there.
Hey, with a bucket of water.
That looks good.
Oh, Lord.
Right. You trigger another one. Perfect. That's good. Great. I like it. Looking good. Right. So any zone thermostat would turn the fan on. All right.
You're gonna make Ronnie proud.
Right, exactly. So when Ronnie says something like, "Hey guys, we're going to add something onto the process," you guys, your wheels are already turning right now. You know.
Yep.
They would ask me pretty regular at the plants I worked at about doing add-ons and things, and I loved it. I mean, I absolutely loved it. I look forward to them asking me to do something like that because it broke the monotony. You know, it give you a chance to put some engineering skill in. So how about Cameron?
Yeah.
Have you got yours where you could run it, or?
No, we don't. The Studio 5000 software is at like 90% on our other computer.
Great.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
It's getting close. We're hoping to have it all set for the next session.
Right.
We will.
You can go in there and catch up on logic. It won't take you but just a few minutes to catch up.
All righty.
What we're doing, we're building toward having 7 logic circuits on there, all in one emulator.
Uh-huh.
And I want to be able to see everybody. Everybody does have all 7 functions on there. I'll check you off, and then I'm going to those real addresses I gave you in a PDF that's in Moodle. I'm going to explain what we're going to do, which addresses to use for which things, and you're going to create a project that's going to be running on a real PLC. So it's not going to be to emulate. It's going to be the real thing. And I'll tell you, I've already given you the PLC catalog number, part number, and all that's in Moodle in that document. And I'll show you how to create it for a real PLC. And then once you get it completed with all the addresses in there, with all 7 logic circuits, then you email me your real copy, and then I'm going to download it in here and show you on the camera it running. We'll go through the process with Ethernet cable of how you download it through Ethernet to a physical machine so that you'll have that down pat, and then let you see your project run. And so that's kind of the flow I'm thinking of doing here, so that you're going to get emulation plus real world both. You know.
Yep. That sounds good to me.
Right. Yeah. We'll do that, and then we'll use the meter. We're going to use a voltmeter to measure input signals and output signals and check voltages and all. And we're going to put the meter to use, and I'll have some troubleshooting exercises that'll be coming up that I'll have a problem in the system, and we're going to use a meter to actually check inputs and outputs and figure out what's wrong. What's wrong outside the PLC? Are you missing an input, or which input are you missing, or is there something wrong on the output? You know, and we're going to do troubleshooting and make it as real as we can. So. How about Dylan? We saw Dylan Ivy's, didn't we?
Yep.
How about Dylan Shook?
Yeah, you saw mine too, because we had to help me with a few things, so we made sure it ran. I can bring it back up though if you want me to.
Did I see it actually run?
I can show you real quick.
I'm 56. I don't remember. I'm kidding.
You don't never forget about them fish plates.
I need another fish plate.
Yeah, he forgets about them all the time. Like, I didn't get mine.
He ain't gonna forget that Sandpiper phone number, is he?
No, I got that phone number.
Yeah.
That looks good.
And I think we actually have some leftover fish in the refrigerator right now.
Okay. So that's looking good. And you know, any one of them zones will trigger it, right? Dylan? Yeah. So, you know, on your OR logic, you know, any one of them thermostats will do it, right?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay. I guess when you're in the screen share, you can't do the space to unmute yourself temporarily. So.
Okay. So what happens if you toggle off zone one and toggle on another one?
It'll still run it. Let me do that. Control T. That's right. I keep forgetting to.
There you go. So this is your realm right here, really, Dylan. That you're into heating and air, and
yes.
So you can put that. That's kind of that gives you some ideas there about how things could be done.
Yeah, because the limits limit switch, all of them have to, they have to work so that the relay turn on. Because if not, then something won't work on it, and then the thermostat, that just makes sense itself also. So.
Yep. Now the thing about it here is that you can. Well, I'll get to that. My next thought is not time for that yet. But anyway, so okay, you can click off your screen share now. Let's see who's next. I want to check on everybody. How about Jameson? We saw yours run, didn't we?
Yeah, remember I tied him about 30 minutes of the class time.
That's right. And then how about Kenneth? I don't think I've seen Kenneth yet.
Yeah, I got it up. You see that?
Well, I'm just seeing the lab papers. All I'm seeing. There you go. Yeah. Perfect. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. Perfect. That's it. Excellent. Okay. That's good. You can cut yours off or your screen share off, and I'm going to move on down and check on Mason. How's Mason doing?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
Pretty good, man.
Yes.
I tell you what, I'm happy. Got 13 people. That's excellent for a nighttime remote class. It's wonderful. You guys are making me happy. Very good. Good. Excellent. And then okay. And let's see who else. We've looked at everybody then. That's very good. Very good. So next we would be okay. You can cut your screen share off.
Yeah, I already did.
Okay. So next would be pull. Do y'all have any questions so far?
No, sir.
So the next one is going to be called and or. Do y'all see that sheet on the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So now you're going to make another rung. A rung, RUNG is going to be another line in your emulator, and you're going to set it up with an or and then an and out here. Okay. So let's say y'all give me some conditions here that you could actually a scenario that we could use to where we would have an or and an and, something that would make sense to you, maybe where you work at. You want to
hot cold water running? I don't know.
Be 2 3-way switches.
That'd be a 4-way switch, wouldn't it?
Well, no, these are not 4-way switches here.
Not on 1 and 2 wouldn't be. Be a 3-way switch.
He's like, what's the real word?
Well, look, the 3-way switches they won't work. This won't really duplicate that, because on 3-way switches, like in house wiring, is that what you talked about in residential?
Yeah, we got some areas where we got some fans that have to work, and they can like where you've got the 2 in parallel. One would be a thermostat, but the other 2 would be actual switches at the door. So either door you went in, you could cut that fan on, or the thermostat cuts it on once the oven reaches a certain temperature.
Okay, describe it again.
So you got 2 entries into this room, and this room's beside the oven, and you also have you got a fan that works in there. It's a ventilation fan. So you can either cut it on with either one of the 2 door switches, or the thermostat cuts it on.
But this isn't that.
So we're gonna say door switch 1, door switch 2, and then out there for 3 we're gonna say thermostat. Is that right?
Wouldn't that?
Or it'd be like
That'd be like the other one.
Manual operation for like different controllers.
Okay, it could be, but on Jamie, in your situation, if you put the thermostat out there for number 3, then you got to have one of the doors plus the thermostat. Is that the way it works out there?
Yeah, well, it has to, because you got 2 3-way switches on there, and then the thermostat is in line with the switches. So one of the switches has always got to be on.
And the thermostat, right?
And the thermostat, yeah. The thermostat's on the downside of the 2 switches.
Okay, so let's just use that. Okay, we can say door 1 limit switch, door 2 limit switch, and then thermostat.
Mm-hmm.
And then say fan.
Right.
All right, so that's one way we can do it. Connor and Cameron, what were you saying? What do you have on the farm where you're at?
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of far fetched. I mean, I really don't know of a complete example, but it'd be like really any. Like when I see that, I see just like say you could have like a regular OR logic circuit, but then the extra switch would be like a manual or emergency cutoff.
Exactly.
So like because say like the OR over here, that could be your thermostats or timers or whatever controlling the fan, and then the other switch there, that'll just be like an emergency cutoff. Say if you just for some reason you didn't want the fan or whatnot to run.
Okay, now so let's open it up for this. Let's be real flexible. So, Cameron, if you want to do yours and label yours the way you just said, you label it that way, okay?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm just thinking out loud and just.
All right. It's fine. It's fine however you label it. You go ahead and be creative with it. You're not really locked down to do what we're saying with Jamie, okay? But if you want to use Jamie's idea, then call it door 1 limit switch, door 2 limit switch, and then thermostat.
Oh, yeah, that sounds good to me.
And you can use that if you want to use that, because it's a real world thing at Hogslat, okay? So does that sound good?
Oh yeah.
If you like the idea, then
yeah, I mean, I like this idea. I was just thinking out loud.
Okay. So let's go ahead and write that logic, and make sure that you're offline. And you'll go down to the end. If you guys want to take a break, or do you want me to keep talking, or?
Let's keep going so we can get done.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm good because it's almost 9 already, so.
We're on a roll. We're on a roll, but I don't want to burn nobody out. You guys tell me if any point, if you get tired of hearing me talk, say, hey, man, let's just take a break. You're burning up our eardrums.
I vote keep going.
Okay.
Yeah, I do too.
That sounds good. We're on the roll. I say we're having a great evening. So you guys doing an awesome job, man. So we'll right click on end and we'll hit add rung. And then we'll go in and you guys just kind of roll on with it. Hit examine on. And I'm going to call that door number 1 limit switch. I'm
just handing me my plates.
Do what?
I said, Mom, just hand me my supper plate. I suppose I can multitask that.
That's right. You can. Okay. And always hit create whenever you do one. And then at that point, you want to do your branch. So you go up and do a branch. And then you want to drag that branch over like that. Do your parallel, do your OR first, and then do the and after it. But actually, you don't really have to.
Do that again, Mr. Durwood?
Huh?
Can you do that again, that branch?
I'm going to undo. So you want to highlight the contact that you just did.
Back up a little farther than that because you lost me.
How about creating a rung?
Yeah, I got that. Just right click.
I'm at the end part. There you go.
Run.
Where did you click to get to add the run?
Right click.
You right click on end and it go up to add rung.
Okay. That's where I was lost.
Or listen, or you can do this. Watch, I'm gonna undo it. You see where it says end?
Control.
Come up here, and it says rung up top.
Yeah.
Add rung. But you don't have to go way up there to get it. You can right click and get it.
Okay.
And then start choosing your contacts.
No.
And we're going to call that one door limit switch 1.
Now, what did we say the and was going to be? The thermostat?
Yeah, the and's going to be thermostat.
Okay.
Now, what you guys can do, Eric and Jamie, I want you to show Ronnie what you're doing, man. Show him what you're doing. And seriously, I mean, take your computer in there and say, Ronnie, when you get a minute, man, I want to show you what I'm doing. He'll get more confidence in letting you do some stuff later on. If he sees what you're doing now and he sees how you're growing with it, then you can win his trust to modify equipment like Travis does over in Newton Grove,
Right.
But it takes time to earn that trust. You've got to show that you can do it and that you're safe about it and that you're on point. You got to be on point with this, and you got to be,
right.
I would be showing him as you go through it, all through this class, what you're doing and how you're evolving with it. And he's honestly going to be surprised. I know.
Oh yeah.
He's going to be surprised what you're going to know when you get done with it. I mean, so
he actually sat down and watched our class that we had.
Yeah.
Yeah. He called me up there a couple of times, asked me some questions about some stuff.
Good.
He sent him that stuff. He's watching it. He's checking on us.
Good. That's great. Great. Well, hey, Ronnie, howdy. I'm so proud to be here.
Now you said we're going to power a fan, right?
Right.
He kept seeing Eric's picture up there, but mine wasn't up there.
Yeah.
He kept asking why he couldn't see me on the screen. And I said, it depends on who's up there. I mean,
he wanted to know if you had gone to the bathroom and just left your name up there, right?
There so I might have scrolled through the thing and find my face on a picture up there somewhere.
Right.
All right. Now after we do that, we hit save, right?
Yeah.
Well, God damn.
Now look, to put your and in there, you want to click over here where they tie together at that junction point there, and then put your next put your thermostat in there. So
I'm having trouble doing the branch still. I don't how do you stretch it around the tag?
You put your left mouse click, hold down and drag, and then let go.
Now after I save, right, Durwood, I had to go to communications then, or
Yep, that's right. And then download.
okay, making sure.
But don't forget to put your fan in there now after the thermostat.
I already got all that.
Right.
And then I go online, right?
That's right. After you download.
Okay.
Roger, did you figure out about your branch?
I did it once. Oh, I'm getting it. Maybe.
Okay. If you want to do a screen share, I'll cut mine off.
No, I think I got it. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what I clicked, but my screen looks a little different now, but not everything's still here.
I'm gonna cut my screen share off. How about you? How about let's see what you got there before you keep going there.
I mean, I was just where the options are. It wasn't nothing big. It just sending stuff to a different spot. That's all. Yeah.
Right. You haven't created your tags yet.
No. Let's see. No, I was going ahead and laying it out.
I'm up and running. Mine's working, Durwood.
Okay, good.
Yeah, the only thing I was wondering about was I think the screen share thing's in the way, but like yeah, my tags up here, they're just over here instead of over here. That's all.
Yeah, you may have actually dragged them over and didn't realize it.
No.
You can actually drag that bar back over if you want to.
Okay. Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's okay.
You can listen. You can restore your toolbars if you want to restore the settings. Go under View and hit Toolbars. Hold on, that's not it. Hit Close. Go under Edit. There's somewhere in there you can actually restore the toolbar settings. Go under Tools. No, it ain't in there. No, that's not it. Somewhere there's a place to go in to actually get those toolbars back where they were normal. Because you're missing some other stuff too. Go under.
Yeah.
No, not there. Go back under View.
Have them to close.
Just hold on a minute. Watch Local Organizer. Go down under Local Organizer. That because this new software may have.
I think that did something over.
No, that's not what we want there. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it right now. I need to look into it on this new version of software with 30. I was used to working with version 21.
Okay.
There's a way to restore your toolbars in a normal place, but right now let's don't worry about it because you're able to keep moving. Okay.
What is that?
Toggle controller organizer. No. No, you're just toggling between windows.
Hey, Mr. Durwood, he can physically grab it if he goes over to his toolbar.
And move it.
The little dotted line, he can physically grab it if he hovers over it.
Yeah. I mean,
look, Roger, go over there where the little dots are, way over to the left on your screen. Way over to the left.
I think I just made it worse.
You're moving. You're rearranging everything. I was just saying to move.
Hang on. Let me just save.
Oh God!
And don't save it. That's just gonna keep everything.
Oh God.
Exit. What was that? CA 5 million. Yeah. Come on now.
Yo, hold on now. Rob said, hold on now. I think we
Feed's
better
over
hold
here.
on good.
The feed's over here getting cold.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what it is.
You can't concentrate. Your food's getting cold.
Yep.
That's what they make microwaves for, man.
It's fresh cooked, so. I'm on made tater chips, evidently.
Homemade tater chips.
She said, hey, I think they're supposed to be just fried taters.
Okay. I can't eat them. I'm trying to lose weight.
You don't want all these so far.
No, I'm fine.
Looks like all your toolbars are similar.
Go way over to the left where that toolbar is, where the little dotted lines are, down. Right in there. Now drag it over. Now. There you go. That's too far. Needs to be in the middle of the screen there. You overshot the runway, okay? That's supposed to be way over to the left there. Look, take that stuff where it says run and all that. That needs to go all the way to the left.
There's got to be something to reset settings.
Yeah, but you just need to fix it. Look, get over there where it says run and all that, and the dotted lines, and bring it back over there. Just kind of calm down and go real slow. Bring it on over there.
I mean, I haven't got an actual mouse and using a touchpad.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I mean, I got a mouse, but I never use it. So, because
I'm having to use it on this new Lenovo. It's way too sensitive.
My computer's actually touch screen, so I don't actually need to use the mouse. Hey, I can actually move that stuff. That's nice.
But look, your elements there, your contacts, they need to be in the center of the screen.
Well, I mean, am I missing anything? Because if I ain't missing anything, I don't really see a problem.
Now drag that bar over. Look, go to the dots on the left and drag it to the center of the screen. Hold right there, stop it right there. That's where it's supposed to be, right there. No, not the rest of that.
Yeah,
leave the rest of it alone there. Yeah. Okay, you're good. All right.
Close enough.
Okay, so what point are you at right now?
I was about to label everything and make tags.
All right, now if you cut your screen share off, go ahead and do your tags. Let me check on somebody else here.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Durwood, I got a question.
Okay.
For tags.
Let me screen share you and show you what's going on. All right, let's see. All right, so yeah, I labeled all that, and then I was going to check it, and for some reason I've got like a dotted line here on the side.
You're in test mode. You got to get out of that mode.
Okay.
Hit your escape key on your keyboard.
Okay.
A couple of times.
Nope, nothing.
Okay. The mode that you're in, look, go under edits and hit look, cancel or accept, assemble. Just hit assemble. Yeah.
Okay.
And listen, here's what I think you were doing. I think you were in the edit mode when you may have been online with the controller.
Yeah, I think I was trying to went to go save and stuff, but it was already online. But then I fixed that. So
now, let me say something real quick, guys. You listen real closely here. When you're online with a real PLC, it's possible to edit logic with the machine running, and it is super dangerous. I don't ever advise doing edits with being online with a machine with it actually running, because if you happen to make a mistake, you're going to throw one heck of a monkey wrench, a big pipe wrench. You're going to throw it into that machine, the big one. And you could damage some stuff, tear some stuff up. Somebody could get hurt, man. It could be a real catastrophe on a real machine. So always go up to where it says, make sure you're offline when you do your edits, and then download them back to the controller. Yeah.
All right. So you go communications, reactive.
But see, the good thing about having the emulator is it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes anyway. But the mistakes that you make now, the consequences are going to be way less than they are on a real system. You know.
Like the worst that could happen, you could lose your data or something like that.
That's the worst that can happen. I mean, you're not going to tear a machine up. You're not going to. Nobody's going to get hurt. And this is a really good way to learn it. Honestly, I've never taught with an emulator before, and I had never planned on doing it until I was told that we didn't have any other option other than to run it online this summer. And I said, well, I'll just have to just see what kind of resources we can get. And I'm just very thankful that we got it with Rockwell, because you guys got the best stuff that's out there. You ain't gonna find nothing no better for doing automation software than what you got in your hands right now. I mean, you've got the best in the darn world, in my opinion, right now in your hands.
Durwood.
Yeah.
I've got the exact same problem he had, and I didn't see how you fixed it.
Okay. If you'll cut the screen share off, Dylan, and let James.
1 second, real quick. So I tried to test it, and I turned my limit switch on, but the thermostat ain't come on. Did I do something wrong, or?
You got to click them on individually.
Oh, okay. So like if I do this, it won't bring that one on until.
No, because look, the thermostat is a device of its own.
Oh, that's right. You have to have both of them. You have to. Okay. You got to turn.
That's your and logic. You got to have one of the doors has to be closed in that room, and then the thermostat has to come on.
Gotcha. Okay. My bad. Let me. I can stop sharing.
The thermostat doesn't have anything to do with the door. That's an independent entity of its own.
Right. It's just you have to have one of these on before
one of the doors has to be closed, and the thermostat comes on. That's the and.
Hey, okay. I think I figured out a way to describe it. Know how whenever you're making hot chocolate or something, you can use hot water or hot milk, and then you add the powder. You get hot chocolate either way, but you got to have one of those too.
Yeah, the powder.
Well, I tell you, I kind of like that, Dylan. I kind of like that, Roger. You put that in, and I want to see that.
Well, I've already got it laid out.
Are you ready, Durwood?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
There you go.
So what happened was, Jamie, you were trying to edit when you were online with the emulator.
Yeah, I started to do that, but I'm like, hang on, this needs to be offline.
You got to go up where it said you're actually, look, you're in run mode. Look, you're in run mode up there and trying to edit while you're running.
No, I was trying to run the program, and then I found these little lines. So what I need to do?
You got to go offline and then verify it and save it.
Go offline. I verified it, saved it, but I need to do it again.
Yeah, let me see you verify it.
All right, I verified it.
You're still in test mode.
Okay.
You're still in test mode. You got to get out of test mode. So go under you haven't assembled your edits yet. So you got to go under no edits. And hit the drop down. Is there a drop down over there to the right on that?
There we go.
Now hit accept pending program edits. Yep. Now, there you go. And now it got rid of it. You had made edits online with a running controller, and you had not accepted those.
And I hadn't gone offline while I was trying to do it. Is that correct? Okay.
Yeah, you didn't go offline.
All right, so where we go now?
So now you need to download it and run it. Now don't go under file, go under communications.
Well, I don't need to save it.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, you do need to save it. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know what you were doing there.
Go under. Well.
Yeah, look, you could hit the blue icon, Jamie, from the front right there. You don't even have to go through all that.
Yeah,
the little blue icon, the third icon. You see that the third one?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that'll save it right there.
Okay. So go to communications.
That's right. Who active? Yep.
Just click on this one.
Oh yeah. Yep. And then go ahead and download. Yep.
Okay.
Put that coffee down, Jamie.
Hush. What'd I tell you about the blueberries?
Put the coffee down and nobody gets hurt.
All right, somebody's closing door number 1.
Hold on, I can't see my page because it's got y'all on there.
Uh-oh.
I can't tell if that thing come on the exhaust fan or not.
No, you still
Look,
got to turn the
drag your
thermostat on.
video, drag your screens down to the bottom. Drag them to the bottom or to the left somewhere.
There we go. All right. So let's see. Toggle bit.
Look at there.
All right. Toggle.
Now, before we.
Perfect.
No.
Hey, Jamie.
Yep.
I show that to Ronnie, and if there's any way at all, I want you to show it to Travis.
Okay.
Show it to both of them. I'm wondering what their reaction is going to be.
Okay.
They're gonna. I'm telling you, Travis. They're gonna be surprised. I know Travis will be because I'm sure he's got this software right now on his computer.
He probably does.
I'm sure he does. If he got anything newer in that plant, I know you got some of the slick controllers in there, like the slick 503s or 504s or slick 500s.
Yeah.
And they're using the 500 software, not 5000. And I had planned on starting y'all out on the 500 software, but you can run 500 on your computer in Windows 10, but the 500 emulator won't run on Windows 10. They didn't upgrade their emulator in 500. It only runs up to Windows 7. So I had to say, we can't even start out with 500 at all. We got to start out with 5000 software. What's the
difference? Now, what's the difference, Durwood, on both of them?
It's nowhere near. There's not as much to it. It's simpler, and it's for a different platform of controllers. The controllers there's not as much to the controllers. They're simpler, and the software package is called RS Logix 500, not Studio 5000.
Okay.
I suppose if you get thrown in on the deep end, it ain't too bad once you get to sample stuff then.
Right. You learning what you're learning right now. There's way more to this than there is to 500. It wouldn't take you as long to learn the 500 if you had to learn it. And in some plants, people are gradually getting away from the 500 controllers anyway. Over time, they're not going to get rid of them quick because if they're running, they're not going to get rid of them. They're going to run them as long as they will run. So I will offer to do this. That if any of you figure you would use RS Logix 500 software, you're working where they got some of the controllers at. Like you guys can check at Hogslat or Smithfield where they got controllers at, and if you ask your boss, do you need to learn RS Logix 500? Then you tell me, and then I've got the activation keys I can give you. It's a different set of keys. You can download it, put it on there, and I can get you familiar with that software also. But we would need to do it probably at we'll just figure out when. And if you wanted to learn it, you can certainly get it. And it's another set of serial numbers and all. And you just tell me if you want it, and if you do, then I'll make time. We'll cover it. So okay. But you need to ask Ronnie and mainly ask Travis and them. Look, if you have those controllers and if they advise that you should learn it, then I'll teach it to you. Okay.
Sounds good. Sounds
right.
good.
Okay, so how about is anybody else in? Who?
Eric, you want me to share it?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Coming to you live from the parking lot at Hogslat.
That's right.
Excellent. Yeah. Looking good. And Jamie, I appreciate you sharing that example there because You know, if we got something real to share, it's a whole lot better. You know.
Yeah.
And it's gonna make a lot more. You're gonna be in a much better position to be able to do modifications and all where you're at by learning this stuff here. And then
I got a question.
Uh-huh.
Why even do they have a three-way switch for that? Why not just have a single pole switch?
Because it won't work at either door.
Right.
You want it so it works at whichever door you go in, you flip it.
I know that, but I meant like, why is it required to be in more than one spot?
Because there's two doors to enter the building, to enter the room.
Okay.
And you got to have control of that exhaust fan at either door. It's next to an oven where they bake off paint, and there's a safety fume issue there.
Oh, gotcha.
So now I understand. In other words, if you go in that flash, it's a flash off room.
Yeah, it's similar to that. We've actually got some equipment in there, but that particular room, if you go in the room, it's part of safety precautions. You have to flip the switch and make sure the fan comes on. Even though I'm calling it a thermostat, it's not really a thermostat. It determines how many microns of that stuff is in the air, and it comes on.
In other words, it's like a sensor.
It's similar to that, but either way, when you enter that room, you're required to turn the switch on, to turn the fan on while you're in that room.
See, that makes sense to me now.
Yeah, it does. So if the parts per million of your paint fumes is in the room, then your sensor is going to come on.
Correct.
Your PPM sensor.
Yeah.
So you could call that, instead of thermostat, you could say PPM sensor.
Right.
Yep. Yeah. That's good. Okay. So now that makes sense. Okay. Is there anybody else? How about Jameson or anybody else? Anybody else down the list here?
Yeah, I can share mine. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I suppose I'll go after him.
Okay, good. I see it. Yep, that's fine. We'll flip on down the list, and then we'll move on to the next logic. So how about Justin Sokolowski? Or am I saying that right? Is it Sokolowski?
Sokolowski.
Sokolowski. Okay, good.
Let me go online here.
And for y'all that may not know Justin, you probably don't know him because he lives in Jacksonville. He's getting this class here. He's getting it from way down in Jacksonville, and he's going to combine this. What are you combining this with here, Justin? With your electronics engineering degree you've already got?
Yeah, I just transferring to UNC Charlotte to their electrical engineering program, and I needed just this one PLC class to be able to come in as a junior.
Right, and so you're transferring a 2-year electronics degree over to Charlotte. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Okay, and you only needed this one. So don't they teach that class in Jacksonville, or maybe they didn't have it this semester?
They didn't have it when I took the program.
They didn't have it in that program.
Correct.
Okay, all right.
And here, let me stop. I gotta fix my thing here. I done messed myself up.
You had a blank rung there you need to get rid of.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you delete that rung, then it'll verify. Okay.
Okay.
It's kind of like having a short circuit. It's like having a jumper wire tied from hot to neutral, and it's gonna go kapow, you know.
I got you.
Or kablooey. Barney Fife on Andy Griffith, he would say it would go kablooey.
Who does that sound like, Jamie?
So I got my AND switch here. Then switch 1. Cut it on. Switch
Good, 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 great. Okay. How about Dylan Shook? Or did we see yours already? Okay, Justin, you can cut your screen share off.
I already did.
Okay. How about
Yeah, I know you got it.
okay.
I think I got it. I was just working out how to go online.
We're gonna make some hot chocolate, or
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna get some hot chocolate, Roger.
No, we're gonna make you not die from breathing in pain.
I want to see you make some hot chocolate on this PLC, man.
Got a whole box of it in there, but I don't feel like it right now. I've got a pee day.
Looking good.
Yeah. I don't even know how old that. And the funny thing is, I've actually got, I don't know how many, I got like 2-3 boxes of hot chocolate because I got it on sale and got one for free.
That was good. That's smart. Okay, switch yours off. Let's move on and see who. How about Kenneth?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Very good. Oh, yeah. That's it, man. That's it. Great. Okay. You shut yours off. How about Victor?
Hey, Durwood.
Uh-huh.
I got a question for you.
Let me see that, Victor.
McGill? Or Victor who?
All right.
Oh, yeah. And that alternates your doors. Like cut off one door and cut the other one on. Oh, yeah. Yeah, very good. That's it.
Look at us in speaker for the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Who had a question? McGill, you had a question?
I did. Connor did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My Studio 5000 software just loaded all the way, and I got to the page where it said, activate locally or activate using.
Do a screen share.
I can't. It's on my other computer.
It's actually on another computer.
But I said activate locally, and I had to type in the serial number and the product key.
That's right.
And whenever I hit OK or continue, it gave me a activation unsuccessful, and it said the serial number, there is not enough activations available. You need to obtain additional licensings from Rockwell Automation.
Now, that means that somebody in our group has downloaded more than one activation, and we got to get somebody to rehost one. So that, we can figure that out real quick, guys. That happened the other day with one person.
Yeah.
And here's how we're going to figure that out. Now, I can tell you really quick, it's going to be, okay, so now, listen good, guys. The people that have the same serial numbers are these: Victor, Darren Branch, Mason, Cameron and Connor, Michelle, Dylan Ivy, and Jamie Jones. Now, let's start at the top of the list. Victor, if you will do a screen share and let me see, let's find out how many activations did you load on your computer. We're going to go through one at a time, and we're going to find out who downloaded too many activations.
Well, honestly, there's probably 2 people that's done it because
me and Cameron are sharing one.
Right.
I had to do mine too, Mr. Durwood. Remember today? Well, I don't know if it's.
What do you mean you had to do yours too today?
Well, remember I had to uninstall my My emulator, I don't know if that's got anything to do with what.
No, this is a different problem here.
Okay, all right. No, never mind.
So Victor, let's see your screen.
What do you want me to look for?
No, I want to see your screen. I've got to tell you what to do. I want to see it. Now, go to the bottom left on your start menu and hit start. And I'm not seeing anything here on my end.
All right.
You want to minimize all of that, the studios page and all that. Minimize that stuff where we can see your start button and your program files on the left. We've got to get back in there where we can see Rockwell software, and we got to get to your Factory Talk Activation Manager.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, just minimize some screens to where we can see your desktop.
All right. What do you want me to look for? I mean,
no, I've got to see your screen. You got to get it where I can see your screen. I can't see your screen. You got to do it. Yeah. Yeah, you got to do a screen share. I've got to be able to see what's going on to tell you where to go. There's too much to it for me just to tell you what to do. I have to see what's going on. Yeah. There's a lot to this. Yeah.
All right. Hold on.
Yeah. Just close anything that's getting in the way of the desktop or minimize it. Yep. Okay. Now go to the bottom left where it says start. Now go down to Rockwell software. Now listen, you guys, everybody's watching. Does everybody see Victor's screen? Does everybody see Victor's screen?
Yeah.
Now listen good. I want everybody to check. Everybody can go in and check now what we're doing. Go down to Factory Talk Activation Manager. Right there and hit where it says new, hit that. And somebody in the group, and probably more than one person, probably down now go under Manage Activations up top. And now you want to enlarge that screen so that I can see more columns in it over to the right side. You got to stretch it over to the right. Total in use. Now you got too many activations down there. You got 2 activations in use on that computer for that software. So you highlight that line like you've got it right now. And you got to hit, now go over, hit rehost activations. Right, do that. And you want to put down the click on the bottom in the yellow box. And hold on. Let me get this where I can see what you're doing here. And now hit at the bottom right, continue rehosting. And hit continue. You're going to rehost one of those activations and then they'll be able to get it. Does everybody see what's going on?
Yep.
Now go to your home page and now go back to manage activations again and let's verify that you have one activation there. Hit find available activations. Find right there. Now that one. Now you're good to go. No. Hit refresh. Look, go down to the bottom of the page and hit refresh activations. Refresh. And now you have 1 in use. You see that? Now that's for RS Logic's 500.
Mm-hmm.
Now something's wrong. Now you're missing 5,000 now. You're missing that.
That man did the wrong
I
version.
think he took away both of them.
It took away both of them.
He had the choice of 1 or 2, and I think he had 2 on there.
You're only supposed to, go back and hit get new activation. Put your serial and your key back in. And this time, when you download, I think you'll be fine by getting only 1.
I have to look for the number.
But everybody needs to be looking at this really good. And I really prefer for me to be online with you when you go into looking at this thing, because if you get in there and something gets messed up, believe me, you may have to actually bring your laptop to me and me get online with tech support to ever straighten it out. So if you can go in and look at it, but don't change anything. If you see that you have more than 1 activation, if you will let me know, but I wouldn't mind. I would like to be able to go online with you and see what you're doing and let you rehost one of them and make sure that you still can run. What I forgot to tell y'all is once you activate Studio 5000 and then you download the emulator, you don't have to activate again. And that's kind of what has happened here. Is
ready?
Yeah, it hit. Yep. You don't hit add. You just hit validate activation at the bottom right. You can hit just hit validate, yeah. And I guess you're gonna have to get rid of that 1 line there. Hit remove at the bottom. Okay, now hit validate.
All right.
Now, right, exactly. Now, whoa. Now, go to the bottom right and hit download. You got to actually download it now. Yep. So you're good to go now. Now, look, take a picture of that. Victor, take a picture of that where it says that binding number there. When you guys do this, take a picture on your phone, because that binding number, we're going to need that if your computer was to crash or anything. I hope it won't, But if something was to go wrong, we would need that number there for them to identify which activation messed up, so they could actually let you do it to another computer, being that you would not be able to rehost it if something went wrong with the computer. So now, Connor and Cameron, see if there's an activation available now for you.
I just did it and it activated. So
right,
how do
exactly.
I get that now?
Now, so you see what happened, guys? I want the whole class to listen super good here. If you need to go in there and check on Factory Talk activation and see, do you have more than 1 activation? And if you do, stop right there. Please call me and let's get a Zoom session going on so I can guide you through this and make sure that everything goes right, because it's a very critical area to be in. And we could really throw a wrench into things to where you may have to actually bring the computer to me to ever get this straightened out, because I don't think they'll talk to you directly with Rockwell. I think that they're paying for one instructor to have tech support with them. That's kind of the way I understand it, unless I'm mistaken.
I already did my active manager, Mr. Durwood. I only had 1.
That's good. So if Victor, if you turn your screen share off, Victor.
Victor got too happy with that.
Well, Durwood,
Yeah.
mine's showing 2 and 1 in use.
Now, so do a screen share and let's let you rehost one.
All right.
That's what mine's saying too. 2, but only 1 in use.
Right. So look, one at a time. Let's do a screen share.
All right.
Let's
There
do a
you go,
screen
Durwood.
share. And now you want to go over. You want to hit rehost activation.
Oh, did you find who?
Now, number to rehost, you want to put a 1 in there. Do the drop down, the little drop down arrow, and put 1 in there.
All right, let me move this out my way for. All right, gotcha. Got it.
Now you want to go to bottom right and continue to rehost.
Got it.
And then hit continue. That was now go under find available activations and then verify.
Refresh activation.
Now refresh, and then make sure that it's going to tell you 1. Perfect. Yep. Now you make sure your software is going to run. Go ahead, go back out and make sure that your software is still running.
So close this.
Yep. Perfect. Now stop your screen share. Let's get to Jameson now.
All right.
I pretty much followed right along, but I can still screen share.
Yeah. So, have you already done it?
Yeah, I followed exactly what you were just telling him.
And you've already done it, though. Okay, I see that. That's good. Great. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it was exactly the same situation, so I just followed right along with it.
Okay, great. Okay, you turn yours off?
Yeah, so we're good to go.
So who else in the group, has everybody else in the group checked their activation?
Yeah, I'm going to
Mike.
need that screen share, would you?
Mikey, Miguel.
What's the other right here?
So does anybody have 2?
I already did mine.
Yeah, I need to change mine.
You have to have it as icon.
Okay, good. If you'll do a screen share, I'd appreciate it.
Now, if something quits working, you're going to owe me a fish plate.
So you got to your screen needs to be bigger. So go over to the left and hit rehost activation. And then number to rehost, go into drop down and put 1. And now bottom right, continue to rehost. And now continue. Rockwell warned me up front, and they said that now if this happens, and I figured it probably would, that we got to go through this. So now you want to go under find available activations and then refresh at the bottom. Excellent. Now go back out and make sure your software is still running. Oh yeah, you're fine. Okay,
yeah, I'm good.
That's fine. If you'll turn your screen share off, and let's see if there's anybody else in the group. Okay. How about Justin Sokolowski and Kenneth and Mason? Have y'all checked y'all's?
Yeah, mine's just got the 1.
Mine's home 1.
How about Roger? Roger, does yours have 1?
Yeah. We checked the other day, remember?
Okay, good. So I am glad that we were able to do that together, because you guys have fixed a lot of stuff right now that may have caused somebody else from being able to get on. I know that I'm not sure whether Darren Branch has activated his computer or not. I don't know who has and who hasn't. I mean, I don't know who has it, but I've got the list. You know, I had the list here of how I divvied out the activation code, so I know when we have an issue, I know what group you're in, and then I know who to call. You know, so anyway, I know with Connor and Cameron, you're sharing a computer, so you're only going to use one.
Yeah,
And
that's right.
I think it may be between Darren and Justin Sessoms, they may be sharing a computer too. They may be. I know they both got a computer, and I urged them to put it on both of their computers because they don't live in the same house. But I'm not sure if they've done that or not. So that's probably why nobody has contacted me, or more people have not contacted me saying that there was none available, because everybody hasn't really used up what I've given them, So, and plus, there are two students. Well, no, the two that didn't that got purged out Friday, they haven't contacted me. I've emailed them, and they're not going to be in here anyway. So so we're good to go. So that's all fine there. So now moving right along. So Connor and Cameron, what point are you at now?
I can open up the software now. Now I'm gonna try to download the emulator.
You're gonna download the emulator. Okay, good. Do you want to pull up? Do you want to do that now, or do you want to pull up your 5,000 and make sure that you know how to create a program?
I might can do that. I have the Zoom on one computer and the software on the other computer, so I can't do any screen sharing or anything like that. But
can't you sign into your Texas Community College account there and just pull up Zoom on there?
Yeah, well, it was because this computer was downloading the software, and it had become slow, so that I broke out my old computer for the Zoom call.
Okay. It's up to you. What would you rather do, honestly? I mean, I'm gonna leave it up to you. Would you rather? Do you want to stop and make sure that you could get that far with it now, that you can create a program, or would you rather just go ahead and download the emulator and me keep on going?
You can keep on going. I think I can download or do a program.
Okay.
Go back and watch videos if I have to.
Right. Over the weekend, if you have issues, just get up with me and I'll help you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, now, you can cut your screen share off then if you're going to do that. Okay, so it's let's see here. Go back to now. It's 9:30 right now, guys. You tell me. Do you want to go on a little further, or do you want to call it a night?
Got to get up at 5:30 in the morning. So
Yeah.
Call it a night.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna pick up Tuesday on Not Logic, and listen, I'm gonna just show you something funny right here before we close. What kind of switch is that right there? Normally what?
Normally closed.
Held closed.
Normally held closed.
Or held open.
No, it's just normally closed. It's not held anywhere. It's normally closed. Now look, I'm gonna show you something right here where you're gonna find that at. Every time you go to your refrigerator, you got one of them your trigger, and every time you open up the refrigerator,
that's the light.
Right, now watch this right here. I'm gonna show you something. You get a kick out of this. I'm into picture taking. I'm crazy about just taking picture after picture about different things.
Yeah.
Got to go.
Now, do you see that picture right there?
Yeah.
Now, do you see where I'm pointing with my mouse at?
Yeah, right by the Dr. Pepper.
Now, you see where my mouse is? You see that limit switch up there?
Yeah.
That is the limit switch on your refrigerator door, that little plastic tab sticking out there. So when the door is open, the limit switch is actually released and it's actually made and the light comes on. So that's a normally closed. It's called not logic. Which means that if you want the light to be on, you don't want to trigger that switch. Do not trigger the switch if you want the light to be on. That's the way you pronounce that logic. So if you don't trigger the switch, if you don't hit it, the light will be on. Do not trigger the switch if you want the light to be on. That's why they call it not logic. Do not trigger it if you want the light to be on. Okay, so then where let me see if I can get to my next picture. Now here, the next one is this. You see where I'm pressing the limit switch?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I press it with my pencil eraser and the light goes out. You see the Dr. Pepper's in the dark now?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Everybody see that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Now here goes another one. And watch this. This is the trunk lid of a Chevy Impala.
Ferrari.
That's a 05 Impala right there. That's a 05 Impala, my mother's car. And you see up there when I'm triggering up there, that limit switch on the trunk lid?
Yes, sir.
That's your trunk lid, the back boot or trunk lid opened up. And when you actually, I've got it released right now. I'm just pointing at it. I'm pointing at it and you see the light on down there on the blanket. So it's actually lit now. But if I go over, that's actually released. This is what it pressed. You see, I got my pencil up top and I've got that limit switch arm triggered. Y'all see that up top?
Yes,
so
sir.
when you trigger it, when you close the trunk lid, that's what happens. It triggers it like I did with the pencil. When you see the blanket's dark down there now, you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Now that's called not logic. So listen, guys, your trunk lid's that way, your refrigerator door's that way, and it's just a very common thing that you guys see every day, that you're dealing with every day. What happened to my PDF?
It says time to go. Durwood, I sort of kind of got to get up in the morning, so I want to go ahead and get off.
We'll stop it right there. We're going to stop it right there. You saw what not logic is, and there it went right there, and it tells you right in here what it is. That refrigerator door, it gets into all that. You go on to the next page, and a great example is the courtesy light on your refrigerator. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
As long as there's not a signal, if you don't trigger, if the door is open, the light will be on, okay? So next time we're going to pick up on NOR logic. NOR is two normally closed switches in series, and it says, if you want the light to be on, do not trigger 1 nor 2.
Mm-hmm.
Don't trigger 1 nor 2 if you want the light to be on, called NOR, okay? So we'll stop there. And what do you think so far? It's broadening your horizons. And then you got NAND. NAND is like the two doors on your truck, the courtesy light inside the vehicle of your left door and your right door. So if you close one door and open switch 1, the light's still on. If you close the second door on the right side of the vehicle and you pop both of the switches, and by closing the doors, the light goes out. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
So that's called NAND, which says if you want the light to be burning, don't trigger this one and that one. Don't trigger both. Do not, the N is not, do not trigger 1 and 2. If you do, the light's going to go out. Or rather, if you want the light to burn, don't trigger 1 and 2. Do not trigger 1 and 2. That makes sense?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Okay, so we're going to be writing logic on these in your emulator and moving right along. And then we go into memory logic. When memory logic is done and I see that one, then you guys are going to create all of that in a real PLC format and send it to me to run on a real machine. So anyhow, so we'll close. And
got to go.
We got to go. Hey, I saw Kenny at Walmart today, the guy that runs me out of there. I passed him when I was in Walmart. I said, Kenny, you didn't even have to run me out there today. He says, oh, I know. Oh, I know. All right.
Got to go, Mr. Durwood.
Got to go. You guys have a good evening, and I appreciate you your hard work. And let's see.
See ya.
Yeah. So
Hey, Mr. Durwood.
Thank you for joining, and y'all have a blessed evening. And I'll see you too. You call if you need any help on installing or anything like that, and I'll help you out. It can be any day. It can be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whenever. Just shoot me a message and try to get used to doing it on email if you will, because I do have my email is turned on. When you got Outlook like we do, like if you haven't put Outlook on your phone, please put it on there. And again, it looks like, let's go back. It's that little blue icon on there on the right side of my screen that says Outlook. Please put that on your phone. And the way mine did when I installed it, every time I get an email that goes bling, you hear a little noise. So then you see something that shows up. You don't even have to go looking for it. It's sitting right there in front of you. You click it, and you can check your emails. So everybody needs to get on the same page doing that, because Barney's concerned that he doesn't want you talking just with me. He's wanting to be able to communicate with you himself or people in the North building. Everybody needs to be on the same page. Okay?
Right. That joker don't ever communicate back to us.
Huh?
I said, he don't ever email us back when we email him.
Oh, we don't?
No.
It took Mark Brown all day to message me back.
Right. You got to tell Mark that you ain't going to buy him no fish plate unless he tightens up.
Is that what it is?
Hey, Mr. Durwood.
Tell him that in a text message. Say, Mr. Brown, if you don't tighten up, I'm not gonna buy you a fish plate like I am Mr. King. I'm serious. But who? Somebody had a question.
Yeah, it was me. You ever hear anything else about the electrical program?
Yeah, it starts in the fall.
So it is for sure.
That's what Barney said.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's what he said.
All right. Yeah, I emailed him about that after I called you that one day, and he never got back with me.
Well, here's what happened. He emailed me and said for me to find out what your questions were.
Okay, got you.
And then, so I'll ask you again, do you have any questions?
No, I'm good. I just wanted to make sure it was set in stone.
Okay. It's on for the fall. Listen, he's already got Jake Miller that's in charge of facilities at the school. He's got him transferring in to teach heating and air. There's going to be a degree for HVAC. So Jake is going to teach the heating and air stuff plus the electric code.
Okay.
So basically, he's splitting two programs like I am. His main thing is going to be HVAC, a 2-year degree in heating and air.
Okay,
but they've also got him teaching the electric code stuff and the solar, the photovoltaic classes.
Okay, got you.
On solar fields. He's splitting between that.
That program.
Huh?
So that'll open up that program with y'all splitting it.
Right. Yeah. He's splitting two programs, and I'm splitting between industrial systems and Con Ed Butterball. And what I'm teaching in industrial is going to apply in that degree.
Okay.
So basically, it's going to be a combination of what I'm teaching and what he's doing is going to give you that degree.
Okay.
Carla Collin is also helping him teach. She's going to be helping him teach. She's helped me teach before in residential, and she does really good in residential. She was an A student in residential.
Yeah, I think I got her coming up fall semester for residential.
Right. If you're taking the day class, then you're going to get it with her. If you take it at night, you're going to get it with me. So we're doing the same class day and night, and then she's doing the day and I'm doing the night.
Okay, I got you.
What time is that night?
6 o'clock.
You had another one, didn't you, Durwood? From 2 to 4.
Well, they've changed it from 12 to 2 now.
So,
Intro to electricity is as far as I know, it's been changed from 12 to 2.
Wow.
When is that going to be next available? Or
it would be a year later.
Because we're trying to go ahead and finish up our certificate by December.
Uh-huh. So
I know we needed those two, right?
I asked Barney. I told him. I said, I need you to please put it at 2:00. And he said there was a conflict with some other class, and he said he couldn't do it. So here's what you need to do. You need to get up with your boss out there and tell them that 2 days a week. See if they'll let you leave and come to class with a split schedule, just 2 days a week, where you can go 12 to 2 and then 6 to 10.
So we'll just have to get off at 12 then, right?
You would need to get off at 12, and then you could go back for a couple hours after 2:00. You could go back and work. That won't work. That won't work yet. Yep.
All right, just go home and take a nap.
Right. Yep.
We'll figure something out though, because I do kind of want to go ahead and finish up in December.
Maybe you can work out a rotation with somebody, an agreement to flip with them if you buy them a fish plate or something like that,
Dang, I don't know.
You have to bribe Coast or somebody.
Yeah.
All right, Durwood, I'm gonna head up on it out.
Okay.
Right, Durwood.
Thank you. And you guys, I tell you, man, I am so happy that you guys are doing so good and you're participating. I feel like I'm floating around. I swear I do. I feel like I'm floating around in the room, man. I ain't kidding. We had as many as 14 people at one time tonight, and then it went down to 13, and so it was floating around. But that's still a very strong class for summer. But you know what my summer numbers are normally are? They're averaging around 6 people, 7. Maybe 8 in the summertime, or 9. 6 to 9 people in the summer is what I average in the summer.
Dang.
We had 20 to register and 18 that made it through the purge, So,
all right, Durwood, got to go.
So when do we sign up for fall?
Time to go.
What'd you say, Victor?
When do we sign up for class?
For fall? You can sign up now. Anytime now. It's open.
I need to go ahead and sign up then.
Yep.
At least, I mean, I don't know how sure I am about that 12:00. I still got to talk to my superiors, but as far as that night class from 6 to 9 or
6 to 10.
6 to 10. Yeah, that's a definitely, I mean.
Okay.
Changing my game plan, Durwood.
I didn't do it. Listen, I asked Barney way back months ago. I said, look, I got a lot of guys that work daytime. They can't come at night. And I said, if you can please put ELC 111 at 2:00. And that way they're not asking for so much from their employer. They don't have to get off so early. Well, he knew about it months and months and months ago. But then when I asked about it again, I said, were you able to do that? He said, no. He said, because there's a conflict with some other class. So he's juggling between me and Ruben and something or other, and with the whole picture, something or other, and Carla, I guess, in this program. And it may have been, I'm just not sure what it was. But there's other classes going on that I don't teach, like AutoCAD and things that Carla's teaching that I'm not teaching, that he may have stuck at some time. It would have been, it had to have been something that somebody else is teaching that was in that slot, and he didn't. He just couldn't move it or whatever, So
what about mechanical? They don't teach mechanical on afternoons, right? Like pneumatics, hydraulics.
Well, the only thing this as far as at night, at nighttime,
yeah.
The only thing that you can get that's going to be close to afternoon would be you can go ahead and get your your AutoCAD class with Carla. It goes from 4 o'clock to 5:30 Monday, Wednesday.
4 o'clock to 5:30.
4 o'clock to 5:30. That's going to be Mondays and Wednesdays in
Was
the
that
fall.
an hour and a half?
Hour and a half, 2 days a week.
And we need that for what can we use that for?
That's for your that's for the whole degree, not the certificate.
Okay, industrial, or is that the electrical one?
Industrial degree.
Okay.
What?
If you were going to go for the whole degree, then you would need to have that AutoCAD. That it's.
What was it about?
You use AutoCAD to draw blueprints, to draw mechanical drawings. Yep. It's AutoCAD, knowing how to draw blueprints on the computer of tooling and machine parts and things like that are on your machines.
Okay.
And
all right.
You think about it, and if you wanted to take it, it's 4 o'clock, I believe, to 5:30 Monday and Wednesday in the fall. So Monday and Wednesday. That's one that if you could get off and do it, you would be able to knock out another class for the whole degree. But your bigger thing right now would be actually to go ahead and get the introduction to electricity, get that 111 out of the way.
Yeah.
Residential.
Yeah, you need to talk with whoever's in charge out there, and ask them, tell them, listen, they only need to do it from August to December. Actually, listen, hey, shorter than that, because I've already got what I'm teaching in the fall is going to run. It's going to end in the middle of November because I'm getting off to do back surgery, a week before Thanksgiving.
You're going to do. Are you going to do the residential?
Yep. So what I'm teaching is going to run from August to the middle of November. And you'll be done with residential and intro to electricity. You'll be done in the middle of November with the exam and be done with it.
That's good.
So tell whoever
for too much.
Do what now?
We won't be asking for too much then.
You won't be asking for too much. You tell them that you'll be done with it by. I can tell you the date. I got a calendar right here if you want to know.
Because both of us will have to get off at 12. Me and Victor, because if he's going to be interested in taking both classes.
Right. Let me tell you. I'll just tell you what I've got planned as of right now. You would be finished on November the 12th. The exam would be November 12th.
And it starts August.
And hold on, let's see. Let's go back.
The Johnson Community College, or Wayne, right? I think it's Wayne. Yeah.
Let me see. Let me go to the main website of the school here and see when the fall semester starts. I've got to look it up real quick here.
What is the course of that intro to electricity?
ELC 111. What you can do, I'll show you on the main web, on the front page of the college website. You can hit calendar and then scroll down and hit academic calendar. The academic calendar like that.
Yeah.
Once you hit calendar and then academic calendar, you go on down and you scroll way down to summer, and here it goes right here. So for fall, classes start August the 17th.
Okay.
So from August the 17th to November 12th, that's when you would need to be you would need to be at the college at 12 o'clock on Tuesdays and Thursdays. From 12 o'clock, and your last class would end at 10. And you'd have a gap in there. You'd have a 4-hour break in there. You could go down and get some sleep.
That I have a quick question. That electrical degree.
Yeah.
We'll have to take some other classes, right? We'll have to take a whole bunch of other classes.
That's right.
Well, what about the motors and controls? Would that count again with it?
It does. It counts. What I'm teaching counts with that. Yep. It'll be a combination of what I'm teaching plus what another guy's doing and Carla Collins. There's 3 of us that are going to be teaching what's going to be in that degree.
And what is that? A 2-year degree, associates?
It's an associate's degree in electrical systems technology.
Would you have to take any maths or English or?
Yeah, there's math in it, and there's math. But see, what you're taking right now probably would just take care of that. As far as if you've already took math, then it should just take care of that part of it. We have to look at it close and see. But your general ed would apply in both programs. In other words, you wouldn't have to take English twice. You wouldn't have to take your general ed stuff would apply equally in both degrees.
But they don't offer those classes at night, do they?
What, general ed?
Yeah.
The general ed stuff, you can get a lot of it online, which could be at night if you wanted to do it at night.
Okay.
If you choose online classes, then you can do them whenever you want to,
Okay.
So I think I emailed y'all the program layout for that degree like several weeks ago. You can check back in your old email. And if you don't have it, then I can send it to you again. But you need to concentrate on getting your number one thing right now would be ELC 111, getting that and making sure that that they're going to be flexible with you. And you can go ahead and by November 12, when you get that when the exams are, after that point, before that point, I can go ahead and submit your verification form to get that certificate. I can do that in the middle of the fall. I can go ahead and do it once you sign up for the classes. Then I can go ahead and submit the form. I can submit the form in August for you to get that certificate once you sign up for the last 2 classes. And then what'll happen is when the exams turn in and the grades get submitted, then you can contact them and make your arrangements as to whether you want to go pick up your certificate or you want it mailed to you.
Okay.
Sounds good.
But you need to go ahead and tell them, you need to call, what's her name? The registrar. You can call Betsy Lord or Betty Jo Pittman. Billy Joe Pittman. You call student services and talk to Billy Joe Pittman, and she's the one handling. You need to tell her that you're going to be getting the certificate. They got to put your name in that program because your name doesn't automatically get in there, but just because you're taking the classes. Unless you've already told her. Have you already told somebody in student services that you're going to get that certificate?
No.
Yeah, I did when I started.
The electrical certificate.
Yeah, when they asked me what did I wanted to do, I'm just going for the electrical certificate.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I think I've done that too.
Okay, well, then you're set then. Then you're set. So,
I'll just make sure to.
Right. And you can double check on it and then say in August, just as soon as we start the fall semester, then I'll go ahead and you remind me to go ahead and turn in your verification form right then early. And then as soon as your grades are turned in, you double check with them about getting your certificate. Then it takes a while for them to process it and print it. But you can actually go pick it up if you want to, or they'll mail it, so you'd be better off going to go pick it up. So.
Yeah.
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 All right then, Mr. Durwood.
Got to go.
Yep. Time to go. Y'all have a blessed weekend. Thank you for joining.
All right, Mr.
Sir.
I have thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm glad you guys are making progress. You guys are going to surprise yourself what you're doing. After a few more weeks, you're going to you'll be kind of walking around. You say, "Oh, all right, all right." Yep. Yeah. Oh, I got this. You know. Have a good weekend.
All right.
Eat more fish.
Yeah.